Good morning, y'all. It's currently 11:25 in the morning, and I got a story for y'all. Okay, so y'all, this story right here is an eye opener to all my parents, okay? Especially parents with young kids or whatever that be on Roblox and all these other social media, sites and stuff like that with these games. We be thinking that it's just games on these people. Don't y'all know they can communicate with people all over the world? So yes, this is most definitely an eye opener for my parents or whatever. It is very sensitive. So if you can't handle this, please just scroll. Now, this is a story about this 15-year-old girl named Jasmine. Jasmine was your typical teenager, but Jasmine was faster than the other teenagers, okay? She wanted to be out in the street. She wanted to have fun. She wanted to do shit behind her mama back, like smoke, drink, shit that her mama was not aware of. Now, come on, let's be real. All parents know about Roblox and stuff like that. Me, honestly, I thought Roblox, you get on there and you just play games and stuff. Apparently, you can meet people, send locations. You can do all type of shit on motherfucking Roblox. It's a whole nother world. This 15-year-old girl was going through a hard time. You know, her mama was on her ass at one point because she had caught her talking to this little boy. She ended that. She put that in a bud. In the mix of her being vulnerable, she ended up meeting this girl. This girl was way older than her. The girl was like 18, 19 years old. So the girl say. So the girl ended up meeting the 15-year-old, which is Jasmine or whatever, and she was telling Jasmine, like, I can be your big sister, me and you can be friends and stuff like that. We can talk every day. Like, you can tell me what's going on, this, that, and third. And, when you get older and stuff like that, if you want to, you can come stay with me. So the other girl on the end or whatever, we just gonna call her the other girl on the end. She feeling Jasmine head up with all this shit talking about, you don't have to listen to your mama. You at that age where you should have a little more freedom. This, that, and third. Like, just feeling Jasmine head up with all this shit, which caused Jasmine to act out even more. So it had got to a point where her mama wasn't able to, like, control her at all because her mama still had to work. She still had a life, you know what I'm saying? She still was trying to do shit. She had other kids that wasn't in her custody, but she had other kids that she was taking care of. Jasmine just was the only one that was at home or whatever. Her mother, Jasmine mother, Jasmine mom's mom had the rest of the kids, if that makes sense. So they was with Jasmine's grandma. Anyways, Jasmine was the one at home or whatever. So they would talk every day. And she was like a big sister to her. She was telling her, don't cry. She would always comfort her every time her and her mama get into it. Now, mind y'all, around this age, when you dealing with a 15-year-old teenager, they feel like they know everything. They feel like parents are just old and they don't do things the way they used to do them. Like, they feel like parents don't know shit. Like, we wasn't young once. So Jasmine ignored all the shit that her mama used to tell her, like, don't be trusting people online, don't be giving them your real information, don't be sending your address, and like, just don't be doing it. And she feel like her mama being too protective. Now y'all stay with me with this story because I'm trying to say it gets twisted. It gets very, very twisted. Okay, so mind y'all, at the age all this was going on, Jasmine was 15. The girl on the phone was telling Jasmine that she was 18, 19. I think she was 19. We're going to say she was 19. She was telling Jasmine that she was 19 or whatever. Jasmine can look at her like she's her big sister, and Jasmine did that. They talked up until Jasmine turned 17. Stay with me, y'all. So y'all, she had been talking to that girl for 2 years. So just imagine you talking to this one person for 2 years. This person probably know your whole life story. They know everything that's going on under your roof, and they ain't even in the house with you. That's this type of case. So y'all, at the age Jasmine turned 17 or whatever, this girl had knew where Jasmine mama stayed. This girl had knew Jasmine full name, Jasmine birthday, her mama name, her dad name, her grandma name, her sisters and brothers. She know that her mama ain't got custody of the other kids. She know this girl whole life story because Jasmine done told this girl everything over the 2 years that they had been talking. Jasmine had told this girl everything. Okay, y'all, so at the time all this was going on or whatever, Jasmine had a big falling out with her mom. Like, big. They hadn't been getting along anyways because, like I told y'all, the girl on the other end was feeling Jasmine head with all these lies and stuff like that. But this is where the story get twisted, y'all. Jasmine finds out that the person that she was talking to for 2 years straight was not the person she was actually talking to. But Jasmine didn't know that until she decides to run away, y'all. She decides to disobey her mama. Her mama went to work one night. Jasmine books her a flight. I mean, not Jasmine. The girl on the other end books Jasmine a flight. Flies Jasmine out to where she at, out of state. And baby, Y'all gotta like for part 2 to know what the fuck gonna happen. Okay, y'all, so I told y'all I wasn't even playing with y'all. I ain't finna make y'all wait till 4 o'clock because I really want to tell this motherfucking story. Okay, y'all, so like I told y'all, at the age, y'all, Jasmine is 17 right now. She's still a goddamn minor, okay? She's 17. The person that she was talking to was 19 at the time they first started talking. So you do the math. That's 2 years later or whatever. So the girl on the other end of the phone ended up telling Jasmine, like, you 17, in 1 more year you will be 18, which means you will be grown. So she tell Jasmine, like, if you want to, I can sneak you out here where I'm at. I'm out of state, this, that, and the third. Like, your mama ain't got to know about it. You know what I'm saying? You will have your free will with me. I'll let you do whatever you want. Like, we'll kick it every day. We'll have fun. We'll drink. We'll smoke. We'll basically do whatever you want to do. Jasmine thinking in her head, like, damn, I can be young, turn on my own without my mama breathing down my neck telling me what I can and can't do. She was down for it. Okay, y'all, I'm a little late going to work, but I don't give a fuck. I'm finna finish this story before I even go in this bitch, because I'm even in tune in this shit, okay? So anyways, y'all, so the girl on the other end of the phone was telling Jasmine, you know, you can come out here or whatever. Your mama ain't gonna have no motherfucking say-so on what you do when you turn 18, this, that, and third. Like I said, y'all, Jasmine was going for it. So the girl on the other end was telling her just give her 2 weeks or whatever. When she get her first paycheck from her job or whatever, she was gonna set everything up to where, you know, Jasmine ain't gotta do nothing but just go to the airport. She was gonna pay for Jasmine Uber, all that shit. Like, Jasmine ain't have to do nothing but pack her shit and go outside. Somebody was supposed to come pick her up, take her to the airport, and then she was gonna fly to wherever the girl that was on the other side of the phone, they was gonna link up. Jasmine did just that. A Uber came and picked that girl up from her house while her mama was at work. The Uber driver took her to the airport. She got on the airport. Then when she got off the airport or whatever, she ended up meeting this other Uber driver. Like, the girl had everything in play, or so we think it was a girl. Y'all, so she with the Uber driver or whatever, the Uber driver take her to this house. The house look abandoned. It ain't no other houses on the fucking street that's close by this house. The rest of them is abandoned. So Jasmine looking like, what the fuck? Where am I at? Whole time, y'all, she thinking she in the wrong location, but she's in the right location. So she called a girl on the other end or whatever, and she like, I think I'm in the wrong location or whatever. They sent me over here with some abandoned houses or whatever. The girl was on the phone talking about, oh yeah, you at the right location or whatever. Just get out the Uber driver and come to like the second house, the one with the light on. Jasmine goes to that motherfucking house with the light on. Comes to the door, is a motherfucking grown ass man, bitch. A grown-ass man. So whole time, y'all, Jasmine thinking that she is talking to a girl. She thinks she talking to a girl. Whole time, she is talking to a grown-ass man. Jasmine thinking she know how this girl look, because the girl sent pictures. The girl sent videos, but they never FaceTime. The girl claimed she didn't have an iPhone to FaceTime Jasmine. So that was her excuse of why they couldn't see each other, you know, face-to-face. I mean, not face-to-face, like on FaceTime or whatever. Y'all, when I tell you shit hit the motherfucking fan from this point in the story on down, shit hit the motherfucking fan, bitch. Jasmine was just looking stuck. Like, so she walks up to the man, y'all. She walks up to the man. Oh, y'all, it's 12:52. I gotta be clocked in at 1 o'clock. Y'all, I'm sorry. I know y'all mad. I know. I'm gonna make part 3, y'all. I'm gonna post it like around, I'm going to say about 6 or 7. Y'all going to have to give me some time. Because I don't know where they're going to have me at my job. I don't know if I'm going to be in my house or I'm going to be sitting a one-on-one. But if I'm sitting with a one-on-one, then I most definitely got y'all sooner. But y'all going to have to give me some time. Y'all like this video? Comment down below what y'all think going to happen next. And what's y'all thoughts on this whole situation? Because I'm trying to tell y'all, Roblox is a motherfucking, who these kids talk to online, you got to be careful. You got to be careful. As a parent, as a motherfucking child, as all of it, baby, you got to be careful. But anyways, y'all let me know what y'all like in this comment. I'm finna turn my car off and I'm finna go in because I got to go. Bye.
When I was 23, I was talking to this guy who lived in Lagos and I really liked him. At this point, we had been talking for like a month and he asked me if I would come to Lagos to see him because obviously we had never seen each other in person. Of course, I said yes, and I knew that I had to tell my parents, like my mom. I knew I had to tell my mom because there was no way I was going to be going all the way to Lagos and not tell my mom, especially because this was going to be the first time I had been to Lagos since I had came to America when I was 9 years old. So there was no way I could go to Lagos and not tell my family. I knew immediately that I was going to have to tell my mom about it, and she was definitely going to have reservations and she was going to tell me not to do it. But I literally told her, I was like, I'm not asking for your permission. I'm going to do this. I just want to tell you because there's no way I could do this without telling you, type of thing. As you can imagine, it was like a whole thing. My mom was like, you shouldn't do this, da 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 da. But she ended up coming around and she wanted to like talk to him on the phone. So she felt more comfortable. But like my family, they were really just like all worried that like this guy was gonna do something to me or like kidnap me or something, because you know, like kidnapping and using people for ritual is like a thing in Lagos. But I knew for a fact this guy wasn't gonna do anything to me. I knew he was safe. Like, he's like a public person, and not saying that just because he's a public person he wouldn't do anything to me, but I just knew this guy wasn't gonna do anything to me. Like, it wasn't that type of situation, you know? So he bought my ticket, and my older brother was actually worried that he was like a scammer and that he was gonna buy me one of those like scammy tickets. Because apparently people in Nigeria do that, where they'll buy somebody a ticket like in a scammy way, and then the person would like go to the airport and try to use the ticket, and then they would get arrested. My brother was really worried about that. My brother was just worried that he was a scammer in general. Again, I knew this guy wasn't a scammer. My family, like, they were so funny like throughout this whole process, but like I knew he wasn't a scammer. He has a business, and it's like a really good, thriving business, and he makes money from his business. So he bought my ticket. This was during COVID. So I remember I had to take a COVID test before I could go on the plane. But when I got to the airport on the day of my flight, I couldn't get on the flight because I had taken my COVID test too early. So it was like outside of the window. So they absolutely could not let me on the plane. So I literally couldn't go that day. And then I like called him and let him know about it. And we basically had to like get another ticket. But I felt really bad. So I split the ticket with him. Again, this is my first time being in Nigeria since I was 9 years old. So there was no way I was gonna go and like my family wouldn't know. My mom is the only one out of all her siblings that is in America. So like all her siblings live in Lagos. My family had to know because there was no way I was gonna go and not see them. So of course I was going to see them, and they were gonna be picking me up for the airport. And my uncle was just like, there's no way he's letting me go with this guy until he actually like meets him. So I had to let my uncle meet him. So he came to my uncle's house, and my uncle was like asking him all these questions, like, where did you go to school? Da 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 da. Where your family from? All this stuff. It was so awkward. All my cousins were there. Like, it was weird. And my uncle was asking him questions. He answered all the questions. And then after, mind you, actually, let me back up. When I first saw him, like when he got to my uncle's house, because he had to come and pick me up. When he got to my uncle's house, I came downstairs and I was like obviously really excited to see this guy I had been talking to for a month. And he was just so dry. Like he was trying to act all cool. Like he was just so dry. Like he wasn't excited to see me. Like it just wasn't given the guy I had been talking to for a month over the phone. Like, you're excited. You should be more excited to see me. Like he just wasn't that enthusiastic. And I remember asking him like, are you not excited to see me? It was weird. Anyways, after that, we then went upstairs, and then like he talked to my uncle. It was weird. On our way back to his place, because I lied to my family and told them that I was going to be staying at a hotel, but really I was going to be staying with him. This was BC, by the way, before Christ. But yeah, on our way to his house, we're talking about basically like my uncle grilling him and everything. And he basically told me he lied to my uncle. He lied to my uncle that he went to college. He didn't actually go to college. He lied about the college that he said that he went to. He was basically just lying to my uncle. That should have been a red flag right there, but I didn't think it was. Oh yeah, I also forget to mention that before I actually went to Lagos, like a couple days before, was Valentine's Day, and I remember he hadn't like said anything to me or like happy Valentine's Day or anything like that, and we had a little like disagreement, and it was our first little disagreement. Before that, I'm giving you guys like the short form of the story. If I told you the whole thing, like it's actually very funny. But we had gotten into our like little disagreement before that, so I guess like his energy was off because of that. I was like, maybe that's why his energy is so off, because it was just so off. Like before like the whole little disagreement, like he was very like, you know, his energy was just a lot different. I don't know, it was kind of like a switch went off like with him, and I don't know, it was just weird the whole time I was there. Like he was just so, like he was acting like nonchalant, which was weird because like you literally bought 2 plane tickets for me to come here just for you to start acting all nonchalant and weird like you're too cool. I remember he had brought me to his store around his friends, and he did not introduce me to anyone. Like he didn't like introduce me to his friends and say, hey, like this is, you know, so and so, like meet so and so. Never introduced me to his friends. Just had me there just like looking up, just being awkward. And then I remember there was one day Wizkid was supposed to come to his store. And I guess like Wizkid was taking a really long time, and we were all kind of just like waiting around, like they were waiting for him. And then I'm just sitting there, like he's sitting next to me, and I remember this was like the only time that he was being like lovey-dovey with me, and he was like just being very touchy, and I remember being like, oh wow. And now that I think about it, it's really because like his friends were there, and maybe he was trying to like mark his territory. And it was like after the fact that my guy friend told me like, guys in Lagos are really weird like that. Like he probably didn't introduce me to his friends because he didn't want his friends to try to talk to me, because apparently guys in Lagos will do that to each other. Like they'll try to talk to their friend's girl, which is really weird. But I just thought it was weird that he didn't introduce me to his friends. I found it so disrespectful. I was really offended by it. But anyway, yeah, so we're waiting around for Wizkid, and like we're sitting there. Next thing I know, he like gets up to go somewhere. He doesn't tell me where he's going. Like an hour later, I'm like, what the heck? Like, where did he go? And I texted him. I was like, where did you go? He was like, I'm at Wizkid's house. I was like, what? You're at Wizkid's house? And you didn't tell me you were going? Like, you left me here with a bunch of your friends? Like, that's really weird. And I was like, why didn't you just bring me with you? Or why didn't you tell me? He was like, oh, he doesn't like a bunch of niggas around. When I tell y'all that pissed me clean off, like I was just so irritated. Not because I wanted to go to Wizkid's house, but because you left me here with all your friends. You didn't even say you were leaving. You just left me here. Like that's so weird and so rude. The whole time he was just so weird. He was so mean. I just hated his attitude. His attitude was so nasty. It was nothing like how he was over the phone. And at some point, like I think I was supposed to leave. I was supposed to leave like on a Monday. I left his house on a Friday morning when he went to the gym. I left. I think I had told him the night before that I was going to be leaving, but he probably thought I was just talking. I left, took my stuff, and went back to the mainland. I left. Like, who do you think you're playing with? And y'all, this was not just like a little, I'm a hard girl. Like, I was really sad, and I thought it was just such a weird experience. Like, I was really like heartbroken in a way, because I was like, why is this guy treating me this way? And I remember when I left that morning, he had called me when he realized that I was gone. He called me and he was like, so if we were married, you would just get up and leave like this? And I was like, we're not married though. And we wouldn't get married. We wouldn't even get to that point because you're weird. I was so heartbroken by the situation, not because I just liked him so much, but because I could not understand why this guy would bring me all the way over here just to act like this. Like, what was the reason? And I remember asking God, and I even like told him at some point, I feel like God wanted me here and you were just a vessel. So I'm gonna get over this. Like, that's literally what I told him. And that was absolutely true. Like, now in hindsight, I know that started something. Like, that started something in me. That actually started my relationship with God, because that had me so down that I had to just like seek God for real. In 2024, I went to Lagos with my family, and while I was out with some friends, I ran into him, and he was so shocked to see me. It was like he saw a ghost, but I wasn't shocked to see him because God had already shown me in a dream that I was gonna see him. Honestly, this story pops up in my mind a lot, and I still wonder why he acted that way. I still have no idea, and I probably will never know. But yeah, bye. The end.
Let me tell y'all about my shortest babysitting job I've ever worked. So I found this family on a Facebook babysitting group. That was the first mistake. But there's some good jobs on Facebook, but you really got to watch out. It's like Craigslist almost, but shit. Anyway, I find them. I send them my resume. They're like, you got some references? I said, I only give my references if I know I'm being considered. I don't send my references just for you to be bothering my people. So she's like, okay, if I like your resume, I'll give you an interview. And if I like an interview, would you offer me the references? Then yes, I will. If I'm being considered. And so she's like, okay, perfect. I got 5 other people. So it's like, okay, well, let's set up an interview. We set up an interview. She was like, I actually really like you. I think you're really nice. I see you've been a nanny. So you kind of get how things work in household. I'm like, yes, I do. Thank you. So she's like, okay, let me check your references before I say I'm going to go with you. Check the references. Everything come back good. They say, are you available this weekend? Yes, I am. They're like, we're just going to be gone for like 4 or 5 hours. That's it. I say, that sounds about normal. That sounds like a babysitting job. So her house was like 4 or 5 miles from my house. And I go no further than 7 miles when I babysit. Because you ain't going to give me nothing but $100 to like $150. So I'm not about to use all my gas traveling to Kingdom Come to babysit your babies for 4 or 5 hours. So I'm like, perfect distance, perfect pay, perfect amount of hours. Okay. I Googled the house. Beautiful house. So that was the houses that be too beautiful. That was the problematic ones. Anyway, so I pull up to the house.
Outside of the house, gorgeous. I'm on time. Everything's good. I walk in the house, y'all. Everything that they owned was outside of where it belonged. I'm talking about shoes galore. It was 4 people in this house, a mom, a dad, and 2 children. When I say there were so many shoes, when you opened the door, you couldn't open the door. They're like trying to kick the shoes out the way because they need to pull the door open back into the house versus out into the outside. And I'm just like, I'm not taking my shoes off because, yeah. And they didn't ask. And so I didn't offer. But I'm stepping over shoes, stepping over jackets, stepping over hats, stepping over umbrellas. I'm stepping over all type of stuff. And I'm just like, okay. Get into the living space. It was open concept house, like a 1 floor open concept. So living room, dining area, kitchen. All messed up. Okay. Things is everywhere in the front room. Things is everything everywhere in the dining area. And in that kitchen, they say, feel free to put your stuff down anywhere. I think I'm going to hold it. I'm actually scared to put my stuff down in this. I don't even know where to put it at. It may just camouflage and I may lose it. That's how messy it was around here. So I'm amazed. I'm amazed. And I'm just like, damn, okay. So now I'm thinking in my head, like, well, where am I going to work? So, boom, light bulb, come on. I say, can I go in the backyard with the kids? And can I be in like driveway with the kids in the front yard? You know, maybe in the front, in the front with the kids. They like, oh yeah, for sure. Whatever you need to do, feel free to do it. I was like, okay. They was like, the kids already had a snack, but if they want the snack, she takes me into this dirty ass kitchen, y'all. I'm looking around like this. Stuff is on the counter. And I'm not judging nobody, but you don't invite nobody into your house. And it looks this damn terrible. I'm sorry. Stuff is on the counters, all the way around the kitchen. Stuff is in the bowl. Like food is in the bowls in the sink. And that's one of my biggest pet peeves. If you're going to put something in that damn sink, you need to scrape it out first. I don't even care if you have a garbage disposal. Dump it in the garbage. Don't have me, almost touching no food and no sink. And so she's like, oh, just ignore the mess. I think y'all have been ignoring the mess too long. Anyway. So I'm just looking around and I'm like, at this point, you get the itching and shit when shit get too dirty. So I'm like, okay, perfect. They're like, we're going to leave in like an hour. I say, okay, like whenever you're ready, don't check in with me, just head out. Then, okay, perfect. So I'm in the back playing with the girls. Now the mom, she keeps looking out at us, like at me. And I'm just like, maybe she want me to ramp up the fun. So every time she peek out, I just try to do a little bit more. So I'm like, she look out the first time, I turn the speaker on. I get some kid-friendly dance party music playing. So like now the 2 little girls like, hey, I'm like, yeah. Like next time she look out, we really gonna be having fun. She look out again. I'm like, oh damn, maybe we still not having fun. Maybe we not having enough fun. So I'm like, yeah, I bet you guys can't catch me. So now we're running. The girls are like laughing. We're having a good time. So I'm like, okay. So the 3rd time she comes out and check on me, she say, Michelle. I say, yeah. I'm thinking she finna be like, oh my God, like the girls having some. She said, before we leave, we was just wondering, were you going to straighten up anything in the house? I said, I had no plans on that. I had not a single plan. She said, so like if the kids need a snack, what would you use? A paper towel. Because there's no bowls. I didn't say that. I just said, I'll probably use a paper towel. Yeah. She was like, so you wouldn't like wash up some of the dishes to like get, I was like, no, I wouldn't. I didn't know that was the expectation coming into it. She was like, well, I guess the expectation is kind of like what we asked you to do. And I'm always mind blown because it's not the first family and it won't be the last family that I've ever dealt with that had that mindset like, well, since you're in my house, you should just be doing what I want you to do. And I think that's a crazy thing to think about, like a crazy way to be. So I'm like, yeah, no, I have. She was like, so like, what about the front room? Like, where are you guys going to sit? Like, you can't stay outside the whole 4 hours we're gone. This me. I'm just gonna push the stuff over on the couch and then sit down on the couch, I guess. She's like, wow, like, you're really not gonna, like, volunteer? Like, nothing in here, like, bothers you? And at that point, I know I'm finna walk up out of here, because now I can just be myself. I said, don't nothing in there bother you? She said, what? I said, you live there. You live in this. Like, nothing here bothers you? Like, I don't live here. Yes, it bothered me when I walked through the door and I couldn't get my feet on the ground. I was stepping on shoes, hats, clothes. She was like, huh? What? She was like, well, I just can't believe you said that. And I said, I can't believe you're saying this. Like, what did you want? Did you want me to come and clean? She was like, no, I didn't want you to come and clean, but since you're here, I'm just saying you could have volunteered. Since you see we need help. Well, you need to hire a cleaner. I don't know. I said, well, you know what? Maybe it's not going to work. And she just like, I agree. And I think I was there for 45 minutes. And low-key, it's like she only stayed because maybe she thought that I would start cleaning up because she was there. No, I'm going to get out of this house because it's dirty in here. And yeah, I drove my little couple miles home and she paid me for a full hour. But I got the hell up out of there.
Hey y'all, I hate having to do stuff like this, but I don't take disrespect lightly. So this story time is about an Atlanta videographer / photographer. So quick little backstory, okay? This photographer's name is Morocco Ali. He is a light-skinned dude with locks, come like mid-back. Y'all can go look at his Instagram. If you have shot with him or if you had a bad experience with him, please let me know. He did just harass me and my friend at State Farm Arena. And I do have to bring awareness to this because like I said, I don't take disrespect very kindly. And yeah, okay, let's get into it. So back in 2017, of course, I was just starting my business. I think I seen him on a few different business owners' pages. He messaged me and said, hey, I was looking at your page. I would like to collaborate, da-da-da. Cool. So as you can see, it's like a heart from him. It's a heart from me. Da, da, da. So there's a screenshot before. This last screenshot that I posted is from October 12th, 2025. I never responded to that post. I saw him at October 12th or maybe a few days before that at the grand opening for Bar House. I was there. I got hired to do a food review there. He decided to, oh, what's up? I seen you, da, da, da. Backstory is I've been following him, or we were following each other way back in the day. He did one of my friend's photo shoot. He did her first photo shoot. Pictures 8 down. He got them pictures all over his website. Second photo shoot, he overly played. She booked for a special type of set, like a Christmas set. She got there, it's not the right set. She told him like, hey, like this not even what I booked for. Blase, blase. The pictures look garbage, boo-boo, ass. So he tells her like, hey, we can reshoot, blase, blase. She's like, you know, I booked with you because I liked your work in the past. Mind you, he does great work. I can never take nothing away from him, but the attitude and how he decided to act towards me, no sirski. So she basically tells him like, hey, we're gonna need to reshoot. She has to hound him down about reshooting. He never reshoots her pictures. Now let's fast forward to when I see him in 2025. I think I also saw him one time at like a taco place. Didn't speak because it's like whatever. He was with a female. Cool. Again, I've never had no dealings with this man, but it's just like I know you, or I've had interactions with you via social media, whatever. Fast forward, like I said, I see him at the Bar House grand opening. He like, oh, you look so good. Let me take your pictures. Let me take your pictures. I'm like, bruh, you're going to take my pictures. I'm never going to get the pictures. Mind you, I asked him, am I going to get these pictures? Because my friend was already taking me pictures on the iPhone. So it's like, bro, don't have me posing for 20 minutes just to be in my face. What are you going home to do with my pictures? So I don't even think I messaged him about the pictures because it's just like, I didn't even care. As you can see, the last message is from October 12th, 2025. I walk out of State Farm Arena tonight. He's out there. You know how they be having hella photographers trying to take your pictures. He's out there. And I was like, oh, look who it is. This the nigga who ain't never seen my pictures. He tries to go on a tangent on the like, you know, puff his shoulders up and prove who he is. Like, oh, you ain't send no money. That's why I ain't send your pictures. Mind you, why would I put money in your pockets? Mind you, I know you ran off of my friend for her photo shoot. I take pictures all the time with a bomb photographer, female photographer. I really only personally prefer female photographers. Just as did my shoot, to be exact. Why would I put money in your pockets and I know you play with people's pictures, time and money, and really, truly, you just want to like kind of sexually harass women while you take their pictures? So I basically say just that, like, oh, this the dude who ain't ever sent me my pictures. Y'all, he gets to going, oh, you're fat, you're ugly, you're this. Ain't nobody doing no pictures for promo. Mind you, like I said, I have a screenshot from 2017 that says he reached out to me, asking me to collaborate with him. I ain't reach out to him. It would be so different if I reached out to him. Mind you, at the time, I couldn't even pull up the videos because I was so heated and I was trying to take some pictures with another photographer out there because I just love taking pictures. Y'all, when I say this dude tried to call me every name out the book, now I'm going back off because, boo, you not about to try to play me. One thing about it, my mouth is very smart, very slick. So, yes, if you was at State Farm Arena tonight and you saw me cussing him out, I'm sorry I had to act like that. But one thing I don't tolerate is no disrespect. And it's just very sad that as a man, one of the things he said is unless you got some money or some cat, you ain't getting no pictures. As a man, you going for just cat? Like, this is what we're up against when we're booking these photographers. Men that only want to do something with you or you're not going to get your pictures. Like, bro, people paid you their money. How you mad at me? How you beating me mad and you ran off on my friend for her pictures? I don't even understand. But y'all, I'm going to insert clips of how he was cussing me out, put his camera in my face. And it's like, granted, I could have really spazzed and threw his camera and did some more stuff. But it's like, I know one, I'm okay in life. I'm doing very well in life. Men like that, it's like you got to try to prove a point. You get what I'm saying? Like, you trying to prove a point. Who you trying to prove a point to? Another man? That's what it gotta be, because no man is talking to a very beautiful woman like me like that. Like, you gotta be into men or something. Something's gotta give. Like, it's giving very sassy. It's giving very, you couldn't touch me, so now you gotta call me ugly and da da da. Mind you, you in my DM saying, excuse me, big mama. And the next message say, oh, but you're so beautiful, by the way. Oh, okay. I do hope this reached the right audience. Don't come in my comments playing stupid. And just know who y'all booking with when y'all do book these photo shoots, these photographers. Because these men photographers are, they only want to see what you got to offer instead of just sending your pictures because I paid you. You're weird. You're strange. You're odd. Anyways, come back for part 2.
So, y'all, what if I had a story to tell y'all and it went a little something like this? So, it's this girl named Maya. Real sweet, nice girl. Tall, petite. She got the brains and the beauty. So, y'all knowing it's a lot of dudes checking for this girl. So, y'all, for a minute, Maya strictly focused on school. Any man that'll try to come her way, she was not interested. Before, y'all, she had this breakup with her boyfriend, and it really kind of affected her. So much to the point, y'all, she had to get prescribed some depression pills. So after a while or whatever, she came to, y'all. She came to her senses. She started getting in the gym. She started going out more. Like, my bad, y'all. She wasn't so closed in. So going to the gym, y'all, she ended up meeting this dude named Jerry. Tall, nice, low fade. I'm talking about, damn, the brother was fine. So now Maya had been seeing Derek. She never said nothing to him. He never said nothing to her. But they would always make eye contact. So they already knowing what's up. They just, who's gonna approach who. So y'all, fast forward, this one day, y'all, he decides to go up in there and say something to her. And that's all that man had to say to that girl was, hey. And her motherfucker, all 30 of them goddamn teeth was showing. At that point, he knew he had her. But he didn't look at her like he looked at the other females that he used to fuck with. Because Derek used to dog some bitches out. He looked at her like, damn, I can really vibe with shorty. She don't be in nobody's face up in here. Like, she bad. She got the looks. Like, let me see what the mind talking about. So, y'all, long story short, they started chopping it up or whatever. One thing led to another. Boom. They in a relationship. Now, y'all, I ain't gonna lie. Everything went pretty fast because they felt like they was so in love. They had this deep-ass connection to where they just knew for a fact that they were soulmates. And they were. They really were. So, y'all, after that, Derek or whatever had got this higher position that was going to have him over the road. But the money was good. The money was enough to take care of home and put some in the savings. So everything was good. She thinking like, okay, you know, I'm going to be missing him. But at the same time, this is what it is. So as a woman, she jumps on board. But then 3 weeks after that, y'all, she ended up finding out she was pregnant by this man. So, y'all, she finds out she's pregnant or whatever. And she lets him know. He excited, y'all, because y'all know this will be his first child and this will be her first child. So he telling Maya, like, you know what I'm saying, I hope it's a boy, this, that, and the third. He just going on and on about the baby. But on the other end, Maya is quiet as fuck. Because Maya looking at the fact that, okay, I'm pregnant. You finna be on the road. You finna be away from home. How's this gonna work? Baby, Maya wasn't no motherfucking joke. She was gonna get down to the business. She's not one of those females that are just listen to what a nigga tell her and she just go on about it. She just go with it. She gonna go with it, but baby, she gonna know. You gonna have to break some shit down to Maya. So y'all, anyways, he telling Maya, like, Maya, you already knew that I was, gonna take this on the road position or whatever. Like, let me just get our bag up. You just, be pregnant and stuff like that. And when you had a baby, I'd be home. But Maya want him home every night. And Derek like, no. So boom, y'all. Derek goes off on his first on the road trip. Maya at the crib or whatever, trying to decide if she want to keep this baby. She felt like at a time like this, that man should have had her back. He should have stayed home. He should have been going through this pregnancy with her. That's her first baby. That's your first baby. But I can understand his point too. He's a man. He want to get on the road. He trying to provide for his family. But y'all know how this shit go. So y'all, he on the road or whatever. He calling Maya. He checking in on Maya. He reassuring her that, everything gonna work out. Just let him get some money up. And he was going to come home and be with her and the baby. Maya wanted that nigga home the whole pregnancy. Maya was slick being like, come on now. Give a nigga the benefit of the doubt. This is why I say I get Derek too. Because damn, like, let me get my money up. I told you I'm going to be there. Once the baby is born, I'm going to make some plans to come home and I'm going to be there with you and the baby. But like I said, y'all, she didn't want it that way. She felt like he should have been there going through the pregnancy with her. So y'all, this ended up causing a wedge between the two. Although Derek was traveling or whatever, Maya was still going to the gym. Now, y'all see how this shit finna get twisted. So you gotta like for part 2. Now, before I go, y'all, this is what I'm gonna do. This story, I took my time with it. I took my time. I wrote it down. So I'm trying to be serious about my story times, okay? Okay, y'all, I don't know if I explained it, but I'm finna explain it again because my phone was finna go dead, so I had to charge it up. But anyways, this is what I'm saying. If I get, I'ma say at least 100. I can do 100. I'ma go small. If I get 100 hearts on this video, I don't care how many comments, just comment what y'all want to comment. But if I get 100 hearts on this video, I will start back doing story times. I promise, on my soul. And I'm gonna do y'all part 1, part 2, and part 3 every motherfucking day. I think it's your right hand that you're supposed to hold up. Yup, it's your right hand that you're supposed to hold up. So I'm promising y'all, okay? I'm promising y'all. I'm gonna do story time only if this video get 100 likes, because I'm trying to see y'all fucking with it or is y'all not fucking with it. Like, I'm on this bitch, I'm throwing different content at y'all ass, and I know y'all probably like, damn, is this bitch doing love spell? She doing story time? She doing what? Like, what? But I'ma still do all on my page or whatever. So, yo. Okay, y'all, so this is part 2. If you ain't watched part 1, go do so you can understand what I'm talking about in 2. So she set her motherfucking best friend up for 10 racks, y'all. She get the 10 racks or whatever. Like dude said, I pay a good penny for her every time. So y'all, with Keisha knowing she can get 10 racks from this nigga, she started pimping her motherfucking friend out. End up beating her, y'all, and then putting her on drugs. Mind y'all, when all this stuff was going on, they had thought they knocked Taviana out, but they didn't. She was listening to the whole conversation the whole time, so she already knowing Keisha done turned snake on her. She knowing Keisha done set her ass up. So y'all, whole time, in Keisha mind, Keisha like, it's better for this nigga to do it to her than for it to be done to me. Cause she already knowing how heavy this nigga used to get on her ass. I'm talking about y'all beat this bitch bloody. Like I told y'all, he kicked her down the stairs and broke her hip and broke her fucking leg. So y'all, she already knew that this man was about business. When he said he was gonna stand on something, baby, he stood on it. So in Keisha's mind, not in a million years will she ever cross this nigga, cause she know how he get down. But damn, bitch, to get your best friend to the wolves, the fuck? You gotta be a cold ass bitch to do some shit like that. But anyways, let's continue. So y'all, when dude left or whatever, she ended up getting one of her lamps and she beat the out of Taviana. I'm talking about had all this messed up. So y'all, by this time, Taviana on the floor cold. At this point, she is knocked the fuck out. So Keisha gets her body or whatever, place her in this chair and tie her ass up. So when Taviana finally came to or whatever, they talking, they chopping it up or whatever. Taviana telling her that, I heard everything you said. She asking Keisha, how could you do me like that? I was always around for you. We've been friends for 10 years. How could you snake me like this? Keisha apologized to her friend, basically saying like, girl, you know I need the money. You know I've been going through a hard time in life. Saying this nigga paying her 10 racks to get off on her, and she knew that she wasn't gonna never agree to it, so that's why she had to go through with the plan. Like a whole lot of bullshit. Me and Taviana couldn't do nothing but cry. Next thing you know, boom, 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 it's a knock at the door. This nigga coming through. See, this little ninja right here, he could have took Shorty by himself, strung out on drugs, and did whatever he wanted to do with her for free. But this motherfucker living a whole double life. He got the shit that he got going on with Taviana and Keisha. Then this nigga got a wife out of state. So when I say he drive from state to state to see Taviana, he drives state to state to see Taviana. He basically told Keisha, if you keep her right, I fuck with her. The agreement was for Taviana to only be for him. And Keisha was gonna be the bitch to make that happen. Y'all, this story so fucked up, it's blowing me. But let's continue. So y'all, for a couple months or whatever, he had been getting away with it. Keisha had been getting away with it. And Tavia on the other end going through it. So this shit happened for like 4-5 months or whatever. Taviana asked Keisha if she could just stay there. She said she didn't have to be tied down. She didn't have to be in one room all day. Basically trying to gain Keisha trust. Letting Keisha know, like, if you let me be free around the crib and stuff like that, I will be willing to do that. But Keisha wasn't going for that shit. So Taviana plead with her some more. But it ain't shit Taviana saying that Keisha want to hear at this point. This bitch come in the room throwing racks in the air talking about, look how much I made, man. This shit right here is a lick. Tavia raised up and she look at Keisha like, bitch, I told you to leave him alone. I've been telling you to leave him alone. Keisha had a moment because she like, damn, I can't believe I'm doing this. Like, she was on my side when he wasn't even there. But in Keisha head, Keisha like, it ain't no turning back. I done already went through with this shit. This bitch done heard the plan. Like, at this point, she on my ass. So y'all, Keisha walks out the room or whatever to go get her a chair. She gets the chair, she brings it back up in there, and her and Taviana finna have a conversation. A heart-to-heart conversation. So y'all, Keisha apologized to Taviana. She telling her like, girl, you just don't know exactly what I went through with this man. This man not only used to beat me, but this man used to grate me every time some shit ain't go his way. So Taviana telling her like, Keisha, I'm knowing what you went through. I know what you went through. I've saw the bruises. I saw the marks. But how could you turn on me for this nigga? Y'all, Keisha got to saying she's sorry, this, that, and the third, and how she need the money, and she plan on letting her go, just not right now. She trying to get so much money to where she can have something done to this girl. That way she'll be able to get away and be free. Y'all, at this point, it's time for Tavia to talk her magic. Like, this bitch, you done got this bitch at a sentimental moment. It's time to talk your talk. So she telling Keisha, why don't we just set his ass up together, find out where this nigga stay, and we rob him? Keisha thinking. Because like I said, y'all, Keisha after the money. Keisha want her motherfucking bag. At this point, this bitch done took so much pain and she's so traumatized, bro, that she turning on people that's close to her. You see, she turned on her best friend. 10 years, bitch. That's a long motherfucking time. But let's continue in part 3. Anyways, y'all like this video, comment down below if y'all want part 3. I might take y'all to the car wash with me and we're going to record out there. All my videos going to be 5 minutes long. Y'all ain't finna play with my motherfucking talk. Because when I give y'all a video in 1, you never fucking like. Y'all support y'all girl. Like, damn, support. All you got to do is double tap, bitch. Share, comment. Like, it's nothing. It costs nothing to support. I fuck with y'all, so fuck with me. Period. So, y'all, this is part 3. We coming with them bitches back to back. Okay, let's go. Okay, yeah, so this part 3, y'all. She done set her motherfucking friend up for 10 motherfucking wrecks, y'all. But the script flips, okay? Okay, y'all, so Taviana talking to Keisha or whatever. She telling Keisha, like, shit, we can set this nigga up together. We can rob his ass, get all his motherfucking money, and be done with this shit. So Taviana telling Keisha, you know what I'm saying? Even though you did this shit, I understand why you did it. Let's get this money together. Keisha thinking. Now, this is when shit get, hey. So, y'all, Keisha asking Taviana, how the fuck I know you ain't gonna set me up? If we was to do this shit, how the fuck was the plan gonna go? And one thing about Taviana ain't no dumbass bitch. So she already know. By Keisha asking her how the fuck the plan gonna go, she already know she got a foot in the door. She knowing Keisha hesitating on doing this shit. Taviana telling her, Keisha, you know I never cross you. I always been on your side. I always rock with you through thick and thin. And that was real shit. Keisha knew that. They had big falling out, y'all. They ain't never had no falling out like this, but they had big falling outs. And they always clicked back. They always made their way back to their friendship. Like I said, y'all, Keisha ain't never pulled no shit like this over Taviana. But Keisha can kind of peep when Taviana telling the truth, and she can kind of peep when she lying. Taviana trying to be free. So that bitch got to believe it. They had a plan to get this nigga, and they was going to take this nigga for everything that he got. Mind y'all, I told you this nigga was living a double life. So this nigga got a whole wife and a whole 3-year-old. This is when shit gets wicked. Well, it been wicked, but this is when shit hit a turnover. So the plan was for when he came down there to try to get on Taviana, Taviana was going to act like she tied up and shit. So whenever he tried to touch Taviana, they both was going to jump his ass. They was going to take his keys, take his wallet, you know what I'm saying, so they can look and see where the fuck this nigga stay. Who the fuck this nigga really is, because like I told y'all, he only come down on certain days at certain times. So they already knowing, they done put 2 and 2 together, and they knowing that this nigga living a double life. So boom, he come over there or whatever, they end up getting off on him. Taviana went out there and got this nigga wallet. Alright, stay with me, y'all. So by Taviana going out there to get the wallet, and she bring the wallet straight to Keisha, Keisha like, okay, yeah, I can trust this bitch. I'm knowing this bitch ain't gonna snake me. Because meanwhile, while Taviana was out there getting the wallet, Keisha was still in there wrestling with his ass. So boom, y'all. They got his ass. They got him tied up. Nigga can't do shit. They looking at this address. This nigga stay out of state. They like, damn. You traveling all this way for a piece of... Alright. So he yelling. He like, fuck y'all hoes or whatever. My niggas gonna find y'all. They gonna do y'all in. They gonna do this. Like making all type of threats. Boy, when I say this man hot, he hot. Because it's like, damn, bitch, I've been fucking with you for months. And this how you turn on me. But bitch, you should have known. You should have known Keisha cannot be trusted. She turned on her best friend that she was fucking with for 10 years, ninja. Put 2 and 2 together. You set your own self up for failure with this shit. Anyways, let's continue. So Keisha had to tell the nigga, you know what I'm saying? If you did this and you did that to me, and you did that shit for years. The reason we're in this situation now, nigga, you made me set my best friend up. Like, you forced me to set my best friend up. Like, it's either me or her. Taviana hearing this shit. But Taviana been blue. Bitch, when you was talking to this man about getting 10 racks every motherfucking time he come down, cut though, we ain't friends no more. But Taviana plays it cool. So y'all, let's get to the motherfucking good part. Okay, so they get his motherfucking address, y'all. They traveling down there to the address and his shit. I knowing it's money all in the truck. This nigga got a whole suitcase of money. I'm talking about racked up. Do y'all know who name is craved in the suitcase? Taviana name. So I guess that amount of money belonged to Taviana. And she was going to take that. As she should. So, y'all, they driving down there. They finally make it to the address. So, y'all, along all this shit, they still playing it cool. Taviana started bringing up shit, memories that they had back in the day. They laughing and, you know what I'm saying, talking about how they finna be up, how they finna take this nigga for everything that he got. Like, they just was having a good-ass conversation, baby. Keisha would have never thought Taviana was on no slick shit with her. But Tavia, in the back of her head, Tavia like, this bitch gonna burn. She gonna make sure Keisha ass was left with nothing. Taviana knew she couldn't do Keisha too bad. She still had love for Keisha. Keisha was her best friend, even though Keisha had crossed her. That's how motherfucking real Taviana was. Because Taviana could have offed her ass. But she didn't. So, y'all, they bust up in the house or whatever. I'm talking about his motherfucking child in the living room playing, the goddamn wife in the kitchen cooking. Taviana put a strap to the kid head, letting Keisha know, bitch, I'm all in for this shit. Now, when Keisha saw Taviana grab that baby and put that strap to that baby head, Keisha automatically knew that Taviana was on demon time. Because not in a million years, Keisha would have saw herself putting a strap to a baby head, a 3-year-old at that. So to see Taviana putting that strap to that baby head, Keisha already knowing Taviana effed up. But she go through with the plan. So Taviana got the strap on the wife's head or whatever. And she asking the wife, what the money at, what a safe at, what his strap said. Give me all the jewelry y'all got in this bitch. I'm talking about they was finna take everything. The wife didn't hesitate, y'all. She showed Keisha where the stash at. Keisha ended up getting over $100K from this nigga. So y'all, once they got the bags or whatever, they end up leaving the house. Keisha ended up unaliving the wife. The wife said something smart as they was walking out the door, and Keisha turned around and shot her. Taviana shot the baby. As soon as Keisha turned around in disbelief, she shot Keisha's ass. Anyways, I want to thank y'all for watching this video. I want y'all to like, comment, and share this motherfucker. Like, yeah. What's y'all plans for today? I think I'm gonna go wash my car. I need my car detailed. And I called up there, y'all. They talking about $100. Bitch, I'll do it myself. Y'all never thought I was gonna pay y'all $108 to clean this motherfucker. It ain't even that bad to be charging me no damn $180. I mean $108. But anyways, yeah, that's what I'm finna go do. And then I'm gonna come back home and clean this motherfucking crib up. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this story or whatever. Tell me what the fuck y'all think gonna happen next if I make another part. If I make another part. Should I make another part? Let me know in the comments. Okay, y'all, so this is part 4, or whatever part this is. So, y'all, after they took the wife and her daughter out, Taviana ended up shooting Keisha. Now she got Keisha pleading for her life. So she ended up stealing one of his cars and driving back to the spot where he was at. And yeah, she drug Keisha ass all along. Keisha was gonna go to the crib or whatever and tell old dude that his wife and his baby was unalived. And then she was gonna make Keisha unalive him. So y'all, they driving. They finally get to the crib. This motherfucker passed out. Taviana go up in there kicking him. Like, wake your ass up. She got Keisha ass right at the car and drug her ass in there too. Mind you, Keisha not unalive, y'all. She injured. So she tied Keisha ass up right beside him. And she tell Keisha, tell his ass. Keisha like, yeah, your wife and your baby dead. That motherfucker went crazy. And before you knew it, Taviana put a bullet in his head. Y'all, after she put a bullet in this man, it was lights out for this man. Him and his family was gone. That's just Taviana and Keisha. This is where Taviana started having a heart-to-heart conversation with Keisha. Telling Keisha how she's so surprised that she crossed her. They had been best friends. They had built a bond, a trust. She threw all that shit away for 10 racks. Taviana like, damn, you could at least came with some where we both was in on it. And we could have got his ass. Before Keisha could even open her mouth, she put a bullet in her head. End of story. Now, y'all, this next one that I'm finna do is gonna be a little spill story. So y'all make sure y'all stay tuned for that. Make sure y'all like, comment, and share this shit. And, follow me. Yes. And my other page is Kari Ashley. Me and my man gonna start making content over there. So if you want to be in tune with both worlds with me, fuck with it, baby. Anyways, thank y'all for supporting.
Figured I'd go ahead and talk about what happened. I just chose a random comment because I'm still I'm finishing up DoorDashing. I've been DoorDashing like all day. Long story short, or I'm gonna try to make it as short as possible. I met my soon-to-be ex-husband when I was 19 years old. We got together when we were 21, 22. Everything happened pretty fast after we got together. We got pregnant with our son, had him the next year, got engaged the same year, and then got married in 2019. Now, mind you, we're in our early 20s at this point, so neither one of us are like super duper solidified. Like, we had jobs and stuff like that, but it was like we weren't super stable. But it was like, okay, we having this baby, come on, let's go ahead and do what we have to do to make sure that we can provide a good life for our son. So as the years go by, I have the stable job, right? Like, especially I got a good paying job during the pandemic. I was working remotely, worked there at 2020, worked there for 5 years. At this time, he was getting laid off. The jobs that he was running into, they were dead end, this and that. So I got a referral from a big 3 auto worker, from a woman that I knew that I was in a mom group with, and I gave it to my husband. I figured that if he would be stable, then we would be stable. Because at this point, again, we've been together since we were 21, 22 years old. I'm 32. So 10 years, a 7-year marriage, right? And an 8-year-old son. Now, our son is autistic. That was the main reason why I ended up leaving my job, because my husband ended up surpassing me income-wise for the first time. And we didn't have anybody to help with our child. When you have an autistic child or disabled child, finding childcare is like, reasonable childcare on top of that is like, couldn't get them in the ABA, couldn't get them in the summer classes. It was just a lot. So I ended up taking a step away from my job, and that was supposed to be temporary. Mind you, this was in 2025. I left my job in April of 2025, right? Everything was pretty cool. That whole year up until like the fall of 2025, which is when he started talking to the chick that he's with now. He started getting mean. He started not coming home. And then when I found out what he was doing, he went rogue on my ass. He was calling off work. He wasn't paying bills like he needed to, everything of that nature. So my son and I were forced to leave our home, our townhouse, because he could no longer pay the rent, because even though he could afford it based off of what he made on paper, he wasn't going to work because he was cheating with somebody that he works with, and they were calling off together, which is so stupid to me. Y'all work together. So then I ended up finding another job after being a stay-at-home mom, but he would not help me with our son when it came to watching him with certain emergencies. Like, I stay with my grandmother, but she is elderly. So we had a situation to where she had to go to the hospital, or when she's sick, or when my son is sick. He has FMLA for our autistic child, and he refused to come. So I had to call off multiple times within my 90 days and got fired. So I'm starting all over again. I had to move back home.
I have to find another job, and in the meantime, in between time, I do DoorDash and ship and stuff like that, until I do find something that works with my autistic son's schedule, that, you know, can pay me decent, have good benefits. Like, I'm not being picky at all, but I have to be able to provide for my son long term. I got to get us a place. You feel me? So I'm applying for jobs left and right, but until then, like, I'm gonna do what I gotta do. It's just, I wanted it to be a cautionary tale, because I was with this man for a decade. Married for 7. We have a disabled child, and none of that stopped him from being selfish. And I'm very much aware of that. And this shit will never happen again, because I know that everybody's situation is different, and every man isn't the same way. Like, I watched my grandfather take care of my nana until the day he died. They were together for almost 60 years. We're gonna go back to that video that I made, right, a year from now, and everything will be completely different. I just got to get through this tough season.
So my daughter passed away on Thanksgiving, and I've never planned a funeral before, so I didn't know to look for scammers. Like, I didn't think people would do something like that. So somebody that I know, her stepmom introduced me to a guy named Pastor George. His name is the real Pastor George Worrell on Instagram. So when I looked at his Instagram, he had performed previous funerals. He even performed a funeral for one of my daughter's friends in September. So I felt like everything was legit. When I went to meet him, I went and met him at a funeral home called Donahue Lewis, Donehoo Lewis, in Hateville, Georgia. I'll put all the information below. So they ended up quoting me $16,400 for the funeral. On the invoice, it was $16,400. Other people that I started talking to, they were like, $16,000? No, you should be paying like $9,000 at the most. There's no way you're paying that much for a funeral that doesn't even have anything too extravagant. So I'm not gonna lie, initially I was like, cool, it's okay, I'll just get scammed, whatever. But it's like, once you give a person an inch, they take 1,000 miles. So he made me outsource the church. I started planning the funeral at this point. I ended up giving the church $1,500 to use their church, because he initially told me that their chapel wasn't big enough to hold how many people were going to be at the funeral. I never saw the chapel at this point. So I ended up giving them like $6,800 towards the funeral. But like the last day, they had a guy text my phone. I had ordered Taylor a dress off Amazon, and her dress had already come. She ended up having a full autopsy, so they do like a Y incision. So the funeral home director, George, was like, hey, I don't think we're going to be able to use... No, he didn't even say use the dress. He was like, I think you're going to have to get her like a shawl or something to cover up her incision in her arms. Cool. That was the plan. When this guy started texting my phone, he told me that I needed to come pick him up the following morning at 9 o'clock, take him to the fabric store. I had to purchase the fabric, and I needed to pay him to make a new dress. And I'm like, whoa, no, I'm not doing that. So at that point was when I was just like, you know what? I'm going through another funeral home. No. So I called George, and I'm like, look, I don't know what y'all are thinking or what you have told people, but there's only so much scamming you're going to be able to do. No, I'm not buying a new dress. I'm not buying the fabric and paying this guy to make the dress. No, I'm not doing it. And I want to talk about the prices, because on the invoice, one of the charges was $4,000 for a casket, $900 to wrap it. Like, why am I paying $4,000 for a casket that is going to be wrapped? I didn't even ever think of that until people started looking at my invoice that are in the business, and they're like, no, that's not how that goes. I was never able to pick out the casket. They never showed me any pictures or a book of caskets. Never. They just billed me $5,000 for a casket. $5,000. When I came into the funeral home, up until this point, the whole thing was I didn't want to see Taylor yet. I wasn't ready. So when I came to the funeral home, Mr. Knight was there, the actual owner of the funeral home. George had disappeared. Mr. Knight was there, the guy that owns Donahue Lewis. Donahue Lewis is just the name. I think the owners of Donahue Lewis have passed away, and Mr. Knight, brought the name of it. The franchise, basically. Well, not a franchise, but just the name of the funeral home and the funeral home itself, him and his wife. So when I came to the funeral home, he gave me a tour. Mind you, I've been going here 2 weeks. Me and my family, well, me and my sister and Kenny, her boyfriend, we've been going there for 2 weeks, and I'd been giving the money the whole way up to this $6,800. And we're walking around the funeral home, and we stumble up on a room with Taylor naked on a bed. Her face was so black. She looked discolored because of poor management. They didn't store her body properly. They didn't do proper embalming. I almost fainted. I did not agree to see her. I didn't agree to this. So I'm like, why would you do something like that? And he says, my little sister's like, hey, can we talk about the numbers, what we came here to do? He says, no, you guys go home and we'll talk about numbers tomorrow. Miss Hamilton, you need to just think about this and your daughter. And no, you're trying to scam me. And you use my daughter's body to help you be successful at that. You people are sick. They're sick. So the next day comes. When the next day comes, I straight told them, like, I'm having another funeral home pick her up. I'm good. I'm not doing this with y'all. And come to find out, George is not even a funeral home director. He's not licensed through Georgia, through the state of Georgia. He's not anything. He's basically like a guy that, he's a promoter. If you need like, say me and John are friends. John has a funeral home, and I know people that need funerals done. I call John like, hey, John, let me use your funeral home. I'm going to give you this. So that's why they're charging so much, because they have to bust this money down. When I contacted the Secretary of State, the Secretary of State said that they're going to take action, but it takes time. Okay. I went to Hateville Police Department to do a complaint. Hateville Police Department told me we can't do anything about that. What? So I'm making this post to let you guys know. Not all funeral homes are scammers. I ended up going through a whole different funeral home, which is Levitt. They did a great job. They didn't overcharge me. They didn't even charge me what they should have charged me. They were good people, genuinely good people. Mr. Knight that owns Donahue Lewis, I have a lawyer, and we're going through the proper measurements to do a lawsuit now. But the point is, nobody should have to go through this trying to bury their loved ones. You know, like, she was 16. Mr. Knight agreed to at least just give me the casket. The funeral home was supposed to pick her up from Donahue Lewis. Mr. Knight ended up dropping my daughter's body off with no casket, just her bare body. Her bare body. And basically like dumping her like she was trash. She was 16. She was a baby. I'm not trying to get emotional, sorry, but I went through a lot burying my daughter. Being scammed by a funeral home, like, it's sad. And I'm making this post to warn people in Atlanta. Donahue Lewis Funeral Home, located in Hateville, Georgia, stay away from them. Lovett Funeral Home, they have different locations in Decatur, Conyers. They were God sent. They saved my life. Like, they really helped me. I can call them when I'm just not feeling good and I'm ready to just like end it all. But it's very hurtful to be scammed when you're trying to do a funeral for your child, for any family member. And I'm just giving you guys some of the things that happened. I'm not even telling you guys everything that happened because I don't have time. It's a very bad situation to go through. George Worrell and Coheath Knight, they're horrible people. Just don't go.
Story of the time my homegirl invited me on a 2-man and fucked both the niggas. So boom, around the time I was 16 and I was living in a foster home. At first I was living with my peoples, but they was hella strict. And due to circumstances, I had to end up going somewhere else. So when I first got into the foster home, this was my first lick of freedom. Bitch, I was turned. I was doing anything under the motherfucking sun. And what better than one of the first things I do to be a 2-man? So I had this homegirl, we're gonna call her Maddie. And Maddie, she was a hoe. The whole school knew she was a hoe. Shit, I knew she was a hoe. Everybody know if you about to do some fuck shit, hang with a hoe. So with this one morning, we was eating breakfast, and she was talking to me about her nigga and whatever, and how her nigga was gonna come and see her that afternoon. And I was listening, but I wasn't really paying attention until she said he has a friend. Look at me, I look at her. 1 + 1 equals 2 men. So I'm like, fuck it, we on that. So now the 2 men is in commence. But y'all know how I said my homegirl was a hoe, right? Well, there's levels to this shit. And she was like S tier. She was known for fucking in locker rooms, stairwells, fucking people niggas, yo nigga, her nigga, other niggas, every nigga. But that was my bitch, so I didn't really give a fuck what she was doing, and it never affected me. So we gonna call these niggas Chaz and Ben. Chaz was Maddie nigga, Ben was gonna be my nigga. So throughout the school day, we talking, we planning, she ended up giving me Ben numbers so we can communicate. She already put them hip to the situation, so he knew exactly who I was when I was texting. Now, throughout our conversation, I'm actually kind of feeling him, but some shit is just not right. Me and Maddie are freshmen in high school, so the shit we talking about is current news, drama, shit that everybody hip to. But as I'm talking to Ben, my eyebrows start raising higher and higher.
You're so funny, LOL.
I mean, yeah, I got lots of love for you too. I mean, we did just meet for real,
Nigga,
so I don't know.
There's no way you really did that. You need to go touch grass.
Touch grass? My allergies gonna be acting up and shit.
No,
I
that's
ain't
not-
touching no grass. What you doing right now?
Scroll and do TikTok.
TikTok? Fuck, that's an app that tell the time or something.
Nigga, huh?
So now I'm realizing, damn, I never really asked Maddie that many questions about who the fuck we about to be meeting. So at the end of the day, I wait until last period was over and the bell rung. It's time to go home. After dismissal, me and Maddie always walk together. So as we're walking, I start asking her a couple of questions. I got a quick question to ask you. Hey, what's up? You can ask me anything. So you know the niggas we about to link with, right? Yeah, my nigga and Ben. What about them? How old are they? They something like 30, 35. And don't worry about it though. Fuck you mean we about to link with Uncle and them. She get to trying to explain with me, like, no, they look good. Like, they're super cool and shit. Like, they don't give Uncle. Bitch, 35 is 35. 30's 30. It don't fucking matter what they give, bitch. That's his Unc age. And she keeps talking and talking. At this point, I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna go, fuck it. So the plans after school was to meet at the park. And the park was like right in the middle from the school and where we lived at. So it was pretty convenient of a walk. So we get there, me and her waiting on the benches, and it's getting darker outside, and Chaz and Ben are still not here. So I'm looking at her like, bitch, where the fuck is the niggas at? She like, they're coming. Boom. It gets so dark that the street lights turn on. I'm about to go home. As I'm about to get up and start walking, I hear something coming down the street. We've been here for dummy long. In a couple minutes, I'm going to... I hear somebody pulling up with boots and cats from a nasty ass pickup truck. Maddie like, it's gonna be cool, like they cool ass niggas. She chilled with them before. I cool. So it's dark out, but the street lights are on, so you can see the silhouettes of these niggas. I don't know what the fuck I expected Chaz and Ben to look like, but this ain't it. Now from a distance, as they're walking towards us, they're really tall, so that's a plus. Okay, tall fine shit, right? As these niggas getting closer, their silhouettes start to make figures. I start to see curves. I start to see beer bellies. Start to see what they're wearing. And when these niggas finally got in view, there they go. I'm nervous. There go my man. You sure that's them? Yeah, why? Hey, babe. Bitch, you're lying. I thought these niggas was homeless. Bitch, they stank. So I look at Maddie and this bitch looking at me like, this is Chaz and Ben. Did this bitch just set me up? We've been waiting here for like 3-4 fucking hours. Fuck it. We might as well just chill with these niggas. So I'm thinking we about to sit here at this fucking table and kumbaya until it's time to fucking go, which was coming real soon. But Maddie get up and she like, all right, y'all ready? Come on. Come the fuck where? To do the fuck what? I mean, this bitch turn around and start walking into the fucking woods. Have you never seen a horror movie? And even though I was kind of wary of it, I'm not gonna lie, it wasn't that crazy because the woods right there was known for like people to go dome and crackage. And I knew what the fuck my best friend wanted to do. So I was just like, all right, let's go. So we go into the woods and Maddie hyping them up and shit like, yeah, we're gonna have so much fun and shit. And then she whispered to me, just keep your nigga company. So I'm like, all right, cool. Because after seeing these niggas, I'm not on that. Her and her nigga like walk in a cut behind some trees and shit. And me and Ben just standing there talking or whatever. And his voice sound good over the phone,
But up close and personal, like, it just wasn't given. And the closer he got, bitch, I couldn't help but...
You had a good day?
Yeah, my day was cool for real. We was just waiting for y'all.
What's wrong?
Everything about this nigga stinks. So after a couple minutes, they come from behind the trees. She looking all disheveled. He look like he just won the fucking lottery. And he start rolling up. I don't smoke, so I'm just standing there letting them do what they do while I'm trying to plot my escape. And this nigga been going to tell me it's our turn to go in the woods. Nigga, you dumb? Just because my best friend like dirty niggas don't mean I do. He walking around pouting, upset and shit. He talking about, yeah, it's boring. Bitch, yeah, it is boring. I'm ready to go. So they get done rolling up and they ask me, do I want it? I'm like, no. Actually, I gotta go home. I get to telling them, like, yeah, my foster mother gonna be looking for me. Like, it's about time for me to go. So I look at Maddie and I'm like, all right, come on, let's go. This bitch gonna say she not going nowhere. So you want to stay in the woods with these homeless niggas? Okay. So I told her I'm leaving. I offered one more time for her to come with me. She said no, so stay here. Fuck. So I said my goodbyes to Maddie, Chaz, and Ben, and I start speed walking home. Bitch, I need a shower and a detox and a full body cleanse. Being around these niggas really just put the ick on and in me. I get ready for bed, I go to sleep. It's the next day, it's a school day. As soon as I get into the building, I'm looking for Maddie. But before I find Maddie, I'm hearing her name in the hallways. I hit the corner to go to the cafeteria for breakfast. All I hear is,
yeah, you know that about Maddie, right?
hell yeah, everybody know it. You heard what happened?
Man, what? Did I?
They said she had a friend with her too.
Hell yeah, she fucked them 2 homeless niggas in the woods yesterday.
She a
Beat this. Both of them had herpes.
I'm not trying to hear from nobody else. I gotta hear this straight from her mouth. I go into the cafeteria. I see her in our usual spot. I walk up to her and I'm like, Maddie, I know you didn't fuck them niggas. This bitch turned around, looked at me with a smile and said, yeah, I did. I fucked my nigga and yours. Oh. And I'm a little upset, but at the same time, I'm like, bitch, did you know they were burning? She said, no, they not. They cool. 2 weeks later, this bitch coochie on fire. Both the niggas had herpes and they was not medicated. She got super herpes. And I never went on a 2-man again. And that's it. And look here, if you're a teenager, you shouldn't be worried about fucking. You shouldn't be worried about nothing but money and school. And stop fucking with these older niggas. You do not know where they came from. Health is wealth. Keep yourself intact.
And I am a strong believer that some things in your past are meant to stay in the past. So this girl named Tamara said that she's seen this trend going on TikTok. It was the trend where you would post one of your old best friends and TikTok would go and find them. So Tamara ends up going and she posts a picture of a girl that she used to be really cool with. Mind you, they were inseparable. They were best friends. She said that she ended up losing contact with the girl because she ended up moving. Tamara said that when they were in school, she remembered that the girl would be there sometimes and then she would go missing. And when she would return back to school, she said that she was sick and she was in and out the hospital. So after Tamara had posted this picture, a girl ends up commenting below the video and says, oh my gosh, this is me. So Tamara ends up reaching out to the girl. Mind you, the girl name was Brittany. She said her and Brittany had been talking for months and they decided that they were going to meet up. So when they met up, Tamara said it was just like old times. Tamara said that Brittany was just how she imagined. She said nothing had changed about her, but she said she did notice that sometimes Brittany would go missing. After that first link up, she said everything went so good. Then they decided to meet up again. Tamara invites Brittany over to her house. So she said her and Brittany got super lit. She said the next day she woke up, everything in her apartment was rearranged. Not only was everything in her apartment rearranged, she said some of her items was missing out of her house. Now, she said she didn't want to accuse Brittany of taking anything, but she ends up asking Brittany, like, what happened? Why is everything in my house rearranged? Also, she told her that she couldn't find certain items in her house. Brittany goes and tell her, like, girl, we were so lit last night. You went and you just started throwing things away. She said last night they ended up going to the dumpster and Tamara started throwing away everything. So Tamara said she must have got so lit that she forgot that they even did that. After that situation, Tamara said that Brittany ended up going ghost. She said she kept reaching out to Brittany and Brittany would not respond. And then what do you know it? Months later, Brittany ends up coming right back. So Tamara ends up questioning Brittany, like, girl, where did you go? And Tamara told her that she had some family emergencies, so she ended up leaving for a couple of months. So y'all, why Brittany invites Tamara over to her house? So Tamara says while she was chilling at Brittany's house, she said she ends up asking Brittany could she go to the bathroom. So she said on her way going to the bathroom, she had noticed this really foul smell that was coming from a room. She said the smell was so strong and disturbing, she ends up cracking the door open. Y'all, why when she cracked the door open, she ends up finding some unalive animals inside of that room. So she said she noticed that things started to get even more weird. She said as she starts walking through this girl's house, she starts to see these weird figurines hanging up from the wall. And then she said she ends up seeing a figurine of her. Y'all, she said she ended up getting scared and why Brittany was right behind her. So she said she goes and she asks Brittany about these figurines and why is there a figurine of her on the wall? Brittany looks at her and starts laughing. Y'all, I'm gonna have to come back for part 2. Okay, y'all, so I'm back with part 2. So she says she ends up getting really, really scared because she's like, why is there a figurine of me hanging up on your wall? And Brittany told her like, oh, I'm into arts and crafts. She was like, I just make these little figurines of people. And then she goes and says, I used you as an inspiration. And she was like, I hope you don't be mad about it. So Timber says, as they're sitting there talking, she ends up hearing this knocking coming from the basement. Timber said that's when she started to feel uneasy and she told Brittany that she had to go home. So she says, as she's getting into her car, Brittany comes to her car and was like, hey girl, I wanted to give you something before you left. Just a token of our friendship. So Tamara ends up taking a gift from Brittany. So as Tamara is driving, she said for some odd reason, she started to feel very uncomfortable, like somebody was watching her. So she said she kept looking in the back of her car. And y'all, why this girl said she seen something in the back of her car as she was driving. So she said she ends up swarming down the road. So she said that maybe she was seeing things. So as she gets out the car, y'all, she ends up grabbing a gift that Brittany gave her and took it inside. She said why from there she started to see like things going on in her house and like things just started to get like very weird. So she ends up contacting Brittany and was telling Brittany about what was going on. And Brittany was like, oh my gosh, girl, maybe you're just seeing things. Y'all, while from there, Tamara's sister got online and looked through the comments on that video. Tamara's sister said that as she was scrolling through the comments, people were telling her to be careful of this girl. Some of the comments was also from old classmates telling her not to rekindle with this girl. A lot of people were saying that this girl was into some weird things and that when she was in school, she was in and out the hospital because she had really bad mental. Yeah. Not only that, they said that she was dibbling and dabbling into shit that she had no business doing. Tamara's sister also got on there and stated that from that day, her sister was never the same. But this is why I'm a strong believer of if some things are left in the past, leave them. Don't go back redigging things up that should have been left alone. If somebody from your past disappears, I believe that they were meant to stay there. They said from that day, Tamara was never the same. They said that Tamara keeps saying that somebody is watching her. But the thing is, nobody was never there. Y'all be careful about these little trends that y'all be trying to hop on because you never know what you may go and find.
I'm doing a quick story time of how me and my stepsister fell out. Let's get straight to it. My dad, her mom, married. Been talking for a while, been married for 5-6 years. Cool. Last time me and her was still cool was 4th of July because that is my dad's birthday. I went over the house, we celebrated. So that was the last time me and my stepsister was on good terms. Now, about 3-4 weeks ago, we went to a pool party, right? She invited me because her best friend threw the party. Cool. I told her, let me know. So a week prior, she told me about the party, right? I'm like, okay. So fast forward, the day of the party, I remember being at work. I got off work, came home, was asleep. Cool. She called me once, twice, woke me up. Yeah. She like, did you still want to come to the party? I'm like, yeah, cool. Fuck it. Yeah, that's fine. Let me get ready. In about 20 minutes, send the Addy. Boom, she sent the Addy. Fast forward, I got there. Now, I was dressed the part, but I did not get in the pool because I don't swim. That's another story. I had a little moment where I almost drowned, so I don't fuck with water. You know, I don't fuck with the getting in the pool. I don't do that. So I know a few people there. You know, like, you know, it's the people that we be around. Now, before I finish the story, let me say this. My sister, I feel like now that like shit happened and it is what it is, my stepsister never liked me for real. You know, sometimes people are jealous and it's not because of what you look like. It could be your aura, how people fuck with you, how people love you. You know, like, you know, it ain't always about looks. But she never liked me. You know, now that I'm really looking at it, it's always been a hate. It's always been a motherfucker trying to tear me down or trying to manipulate my mind to make me feel like I'm just always doing too much. Whole time, yes, I am confrontational. Because, bitch, don't play with me. I don't play about me. Anyway, let's get back to the story. Our homeboy was there. Mind you, him and her got into it for a whole nother situation. But they reconciled. You know, they talked it out. They back cool. I know my stepsister. I know the homeboy. It could really get like that. So,
Apparently, y'all came to understanding. Y'all was talking to each other, and y'all forgave each other. Because if y'all didn't, y'all would not be at the same motherfucking party. Okay, I know what the fuck going on. Mind you, the pool party was in U City. So I get there. Everybody, all eyes on me. People coming up to me. You're pretty. You're this. You're that. People I do know. People I don't know. Thank you. I'm the type of person when I'm really dolled up, put myself together. I can really look like something. So, I'm chilling. Homeboy opened the bottle. You want something? I'm like, yeah. My sister wanted me to drink from a little thing. Me, I don't drink shit that I did not see nobody pour. When I got there, all the jungle juices and all the shit was already made. I don't fuck with that because my sister's best friend, I know what they be into. Like, they put ecstasy, honey packs. Like, that's just, they got a lifestyle thing. Like, some of them are swingers and some of them are not, basically. So, I'm like, damn, I'm hungry. Homeboy, like, they barbecuing. He took me to the table. I'm like, okay, cool. They got mascacholi, chicken, brothworks, the shit that you put on the grill. He made me a small plate. I went to go sit my ass on the other side of the motherfucking pool. I got my little fan. I'm enjoying motherfucking life, right? Pause. Another thing. Our homeboy likes me. He's in love with me. But it's just like he got whole problems. So I can never take him serious. And I feel like he be trying to breadcrumb you and be trying to manipulate you. Like, I feel like our homeboy always, I don't feel like our homeboy is genuine. Like, we all got them friends who, like, it's something about them you don't like, but it be like, fuck it. Like, it's always something that about people. But you'll still be partners with them. But our partner, he got a whole problem. He still stay with his baby mama or his baby mama stay with him. Whatever the fuck going on. He say they not together. I don't know. I don't care. His baby mama cool as hell, actually. But it's just like, I can't see myself taking it no further than us being cool because he loose as hell. And I told him this. He's loose as hell. I feel like he be breadcrumbing. I feel like he do a little bit and expect to get a lot back. And I don't like people who say they're going to do something and don't do it. Or you still waiting for some shit, but then people come and expect something out of you. No. Anyway, he made my plate. Cool. I ate it. More people coming to the party. Okay, cool. I wound up going back up there because my sister's like, let me get some food. I bent down and I let her get some food. So she took my last chicken wing. So I just went back up there to go grab some more chicken. And our homeboy tongue kissing 2 bitches, right? Mind you, like I said, this is not my nigga. I'm not going to go there with him. So I'm not no hating ass bitch. He kissing 2 ugly ass bitches. But I'm just like, still like, okay, clock it. But when he was trying to be sneaky and did it, and then he looked over his shoulder like, damn, she see me. But again, I don't give a fuck. I'm like, okay, clock it. You want to be kissing random bitches all in the mouth or doing all the extra shit at the pool party shit? Fuck it, so be it. That's you. Part 2, why me and my sister fell out, because she's been weird as fuck to me. Part 2. So, like I said, homeboy kissing bitches in the mouth. Okay, cool. Like, that's on you, gang. Like, that is on you. I don't give a fuck. I continue. After I got my plate, I went back to sit down in my motherfucking seat, right? It's a lot of shit going on at one time in the pool. It started getting dark, right? So more people start coming, more of the people we know. We had another homeboy that pulled up. He had like all the little gadgets and shit. He gave me the bubble machine. My sister likes girls, so she's in the pool doing her thing. I'm just overseeing everything. Like, I'm not into the other shit that's going on. One of the bitches that homeboy was kissing kept me mugging me, doing all this extra shit. I don't give a fuck, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know her, she don't know me. And I hate that women do that. Like, they hear some shit with the wind and they just kind of run with it, I guess. I don't know. I go back up there to get some more food. I'm playing with the bubble gun. We got the dude who party it was, which is my sister's best friend, and the other dude. It was a lot going on, and it was bitches complaining, like niggas doing weird shit. Niggas keep bothering them and doing shit, so they kind of came and did damage control, trying to make sure everything ran smoothly, because this niggas that's trying to stick it in bitches while they in the water, or niggas getting aggressive with the bitches. Like, you could tell some of these niggas not used to being around a bunch of half-naked bitches, I guess, or whatever the case may be. My sister's drunk toe up. She keep trying to hand me drinks. Mind you, our friends, you know, some of them are swingers, some of them are not. Like I said, they be putting like ecstasy in the drinks, honey packs and shit. So I'm never going to drink anything that I did not see being poured, or if it's not from a bottle that's sealed, right? Part 3, I'm going to try to make it fast. So, it's getting dark. Owner of the house turned. He got like these solar panel lights or whatever like that. 2 more of our homegirls finally came to the fucking party. They hella late. You know what I'm saying? One was all like, I ain't getting in the pool, so she chilling with me. The other one was all like, yeah, I'm going to go get in the pool in a minute. I'm finna go change to my swimsuit, whatever like that. Okay, cool. It was this one dude. He was one of the dudes that was kind of pissing everybody off, but he ain't said it did none to the people that was sitting over here. So he came over. He's like, can I sit right here? He tried to sit between me and my homegirl, but my homegirl scooted over. So now my homegirl in the middle and the dude on the other end. So he on the phone talking or whatever. He get off the phone. So me and homegirl like, oh, like you a pro fighter or whatever? He like, yeah, I'm an MMA fighter or whatever like that. We like, oh, okay, cool. One of his homeboys came, backed him up, whatever like that. Dude, like, you ready for your fight or whatever? MMA fight, like, yeah, but they got me fighting a nigga underweight by 5. And then, you know, they got to talking. So homegirl like, yeah, I used to box or whatever like that. And I'm all like, yeah, I used to box back in the day at 12th and Park, middle school going into high school or whatever like that. So then, my bad. Then, so now we all talking whatever like that. It ain't nothing serious, whatever like that. He got to showing us videos, shit like that, bench pressing, whatever like that. And he was all like, yeah, I might be a short nigga, small nigga, but it's all about strength. I know some big ass niggas who can't lift what I'm lifting, whatever like that. So homegirl just playing with him, you know what I'm saying? So he picked her up or whatever like that. They talking shit, whatever like that. And we like, damn, you is strong, whatever. And then he looked at, he's all like, yeah, by the way, I meant to tell you, like, I think you pretty, whatever like that. I'm like, oh, thank you. See, I'm the type of motherfucker, I know how to take a compliment. I don't let it go to my head. I don't think I'm better than nobody. Oh, thank you. Right on. So he trying to holler at me, whatever like that, but I ain't really into it, whatever. Then he like, I'll lift you. And then me, I just feel like I'm bigger than what the fuck I am. I'm not like, you can't lift me. I'm heavy as a motherfucker. So he like, you gotta be too something to do something, and this, that. It looked like he had braids to the back, and he took his braids out. So he started like stand up. He picking up everybody. We like, okay, cool or whatever. So then he like, I'm finna pick you up. And for like a couple of seconds, I'm all like, nah. Homegirl like, he probably can pick you up. She like, 3, you ain't really big like how you think you big. Like, you know, you a thicker girl. But some people be saying that I'm not a BBW. Some people be like, girl, if you don't take a shit and go sit down. But me, I think I am a small BBW. I don't think I know I'm a small BBW. Like, can't nobody tell. I know what I am. Anyway, this one shit really get weird at. So I'm about to get up and let him pick me up. So he found something to put his hair in a ponytail. He put his Crocs in sport mode or whatever like that. And I'm all like, fuck it, I'm finna go up. None of us seen homeboy get out the pool. That nigga move fast. He like, where the fuck you get out the motherfucking pool? He come over there, tap MMA fighter, move around. Dude like, you ain't talking to me. Homeboy like, yeah, she good. So they going back and forth for like 4 or 5 minutes. Owner of the house like, fuck the shit. Time to go. You know what I'm saying? Like, wrap the shit up, everybody, it's time to go. So, All of our homeboys and homegirls, they trolling. Telling my son, yeah, homeboy was finna fight because of the pretty girl in the pink. So now the two bitches that he was kissing in the mouth, now they looking at me, side-eyeing, whispering, saying shit. I'm like, y'all need to stop saying that shit, because he ain't come over here and start with the MMA fighter because of me. I ain't do shit. Like, he and this motherfucker kissing bitches in the mouth. Like, he ain't worried about me. I know he ain't worried about me, and he out in this motherfucker loose as a motherfucker. Nothing about me. Everybody like, man, we just playing, but you know he do like you. You know what I'm saying? I said that don't mean nothing. He ain't motherfucking do all of that because of me. So they my bad, y'all. So they get to bickering and shit like that. MMA fighter and his people wound up leaving out the gate first. Everybody, my sister and shit, everybody's trying to put their clothes on, make plates and shit to go, all shit like that. Like, everybody cool, but I'm waiting for my motherfucking sister. Long story short, we wound up getting out there. I'm pulling homeboy, like, come the fuck on. Like, come on. He see MMA fighter still there, so he trying to pull away from me and shit like that. I'm the type of person, fighting and shit don't impress me. I did that shit when I was younger. You know what I'm saying? We live in St. Louis. Motherfuckers be shooting. Motherfuckers be getting popped for nothing. It ain't that serious what y'all fighting for. Like, okay, he might have felt disrespectful because you tapped him in his shoulder like that. I'll be mad too. Like, nigga, what? So, you finna, fight him, whatever like that. I'm trying to figure out where the fuck my sister at, but she over there trying to mac daddy on a bitch or whatever like that. So, once homeboy broke away from me, dude MMA fighter gonna say, yeah, and if this nigga get the best of me, pop his ass. So dude went to the car, just was standing at the car with the door open. I'm not dumb. I know he got a gun like right there. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, sis. I ain't gonna say her name. I'm like, sis. She, what's going on? I'm like, get him. Like, they finna fight on the other house. Like, I'm finna call the motherfucking police. We are in U City. I'm not finna get locked up for nobody. So they get to fighting whatever like that. I'm studying like, homeboy. These bitches I don't know. Mind you, my arm was freshly out of a sling, out of a cast. I had broke all of this, you know. So it's 3 bitches I don't know. One of the bitches he was kissing, and the same bitch that my sister was trying to hop down on, go home with, I don't fucking know. So they pushing on me, pulling and tugging on me and shit like that. So now I'm screaming. I'm like, back the fuck up. Like, I got my motherfucking guards up, because I'm all like, it's bitches who, I don't know these bitches, and bitches are attacking me, pulling on me and shit like that. Like, who the fuck are y'all? I was in the middle of the street. I'm backed up all the way in the grass now. You know what I'm saying? My sister wound up coming. I accidentally pushed the fuck out of her. But when I came to my senses, I told her, I said, I'm sorry. But she didn't want to hear that. She was like, fuck that. I guess she was mad because she got pushed, and then she fucking leave. Like, my sister left me. You know what I'm saying? The police come. I'm made my way to the motherfucking car or whatever, because I'm all like, I'm not finna get locked up. Motherfuckers got guns out here. So, hold on. Right before the police hit the fucking corner, as I'm like, black the fuck out, trying to like, why, like, who are y'all? Why are y'all coming to me telling me to back up and chill? Let them do them. At this point, I'm not worried about these niggas fighting. These are niggas fighting. But this is my homeboy, and the motherfucker talk about popping and shit like that. So I'm getting overworked and shit like that. I'm trying to make sure y'all hoes ain't on nothing. And then I'm like, sister gone. I'm trying to make sure my homeboy's still okay. I can't find the nigga who was standing in the doorway with the gun. I'm like, it's so much shit going on. But I seen the dude. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm just trying to make sure he don't use that motherfucker. I'm trying to make sure nobody gets shot. No, none of that. You know what I'm saying? Once the police hit the corner, it's like they was 2 cars deep, and I'm steady hearing more police sirens. I'm like, okay, so it must be more coming. They clearly coming, because I'm like, caught them, loud noise and shit like that. Motherfuckers fighting, motherfuckers got guns and shit out here. So, police hopped out. He tapped my hood of my car. He like, was you with the crowd? I'm lying. I'm all like, nah, nah. So he let me through. I'm like 5 minutes up the road. I'm trying to call my sister twice on Facebook. She sees that I'm calling her because her icon picture moved. I'm like, fuck it. So then I call our other homegirl who was not at the party to kind of just tell her what's going on. Then she talked to other people that was at the party. Everybody's stories adding up but my sisters. You know what I'm saying? Bitch, you left me. You mad because I pushed you. Instead of you telling these hoes, like, get up off my sister, she cool. You know what I'm saying? You mad because the motherfucker pushed you on the chest because they was blackout. If it's motherfuckers fighting and there's shit going on, mind you, I only had 2 drinks. So if there's a lot of shit going on, I black the fuck out. You know, when somebody know you, you know I'ma turn up. You know I'ma turn up. It's safer for you to let motherfuckers it's safer for you to tell motherfuckers, back up off of her. That ain't for y'all to do. It ain't gonna be safe for nobody. Bitch, let me tell you something. I'm not locked in here with you hoes. You hoes are locked in here with me. You know what I'm saying? So it'd be best when you know somebody to just give them their motherfucking space. You mad because I motherfucking pushed you, bitch? And then I try to apologize because it wasn't meant for you. But then I wound up reaching out to you the next day, and you was talking all that rah-rah shit like, nah, fuck you, you word, you push me, you... Part 4. I thought I was gonna be done. Part 4, why me and my stepsister got into it. So, my sister fucking leaves me. I'm study like, I have like a breathing problem. So when I get worked up and shit like that, now I'm breathing very heavy, and I have a heart murmur. I hear my heart's not pumping right. So I had to stop and really get my shit together. It was a pretty light-skinned girl out there. She's the only one that she stopped what the fuck she was doing because she seen me in distress. It took for her to come and tell them girls, hey, back up off of her. Y'all know this nigga. Y'all go that way. She's cool. Let her cool down. Everybody give her space. That's all I wanted from my sister. You up here trying to Mac Daddy with this ugly ass bitch with these red dreads. Tell her like, hey y'all, this my sister. Like, leave her alone. She cool. That's all I wanted. Because when motherfuckers are fighting or about to fight and there's a lot going on, the last thing anybody want is for bitches who they do not know to come and break up shit. Y'all know how this shit go in St. Louis. Like, if you fighting and what motherfuckers say, nobody better not jump in. And when it comes to break it up, you break up your people. Don't touch my people. I get my people. Don't touch my people. That's what it is. Y'all up here grabbing and pulling and like damn near threw my arm out the socket again. Cause y'all talk about some, nah, he good, let them fight. Bitch, who the fuck are y'all? Back the fuck up before I go to my car. And if I go to my car, I promise you I'ma use what the fuck I got. I ain't that nigga that's just standing over there. So, I made my way to my car. Light-skinned girl came, you good one last time. And, I apologized to her. I was all like, I don't know if I pushed you or did anything. She's like, no, not me. She was all like, but you okay? She's like, that's fucked up. Your sister just left you. I'm all like, right. But it's cool. Like, fuck it. It's cool. Once I got like 5 minutes away, when I was leaving, the police was coming. And the police like parked in front of my car, and I tried to pull off. And he like, were you just in this altercation? I look back, I said, what altercation? I lied to the man. I'm all like, no, I wasn't with them. I just came from over this way. So he moved his car up so I can go. I left, right? Okay, cool. 5 minutes up the street, I tried to call my sister twice on Facebook. She did not pick up, but she seen it. Like, she seen that I called her. So then I shoot a text. I'm sorry, XYZ, woo, wah, 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 wah. I know she's still mad. I'm trying to apologize because that wasn't meant for you, right? But, okay, cool. Then I call my other homegirl who is also in the friend group, but she wasn't at this party, to let her know what happened, right? After I let her know what happened, she called the homeboys there, and, she called and told me, like, yep, they told me what happened. Everybody's story sound like mine's. Only person's story that ain't coincide is my sister's. She had a little razzle-dazzle and shit like that. Like, fuck on somewhere. You never liked me. It was just harder for you to hide it. Your true colors start showing. It's been times where I've been invited places because motherfuckers always come to me. Why you didn't come here, there? And then I'll be like, oh, well, I'll be having to play it off like, oh, damn, I was sleepy or I forgot. Whole time, I'm putting two and two together. I'm building a motherfucking Rico case because too many of our friends be like, why you didn't come to my party or why you didn't pop up out here? We invited you through your sister. Whole time, you be telling me that shit is canceled or you not going, but then wind up still going. That's why I'm all like, yeah, she don't be...
I used to work with this girl named Beatrice, and then one night me and her was chilling, and I hit up my nigga and I told him to come pick us up because we was chilling. And he was like, all right, cool. Mind you, this isn't my nigga, but he wasn't my nigga for real. Like, me and him wasn't in a relationship. We was just dating. Around the time the AMG GLE coupe had just came out, and he had copped the shit, all white, beautiful, right inside. I remember her saying to me like, oh, that's the nigga with the nice car, right? Come to pick us up. I'm like, yeah. She like, oh, okay. Next thing you know, the bitch pulling out brand new Jordans that she told me she wasn't going to wear until next month. The bitch started doing her makeup, her hair, her everything. I'm like, all right, whatever, cool, because I'm not a jealous bitch. Now he pulls up, we get in the car. This bitch like, oh my God, your car is so nice. Like, your car is so nice. Like, just dick eating at an all-time high. So now he about to go to the liquor store. So he like, yo, you want something from the liquor store? I'm like, yeah, you can give me some Don Julio Reposado. She like, I don't drink Reposado. Like, can you get me Blanco, please?
Say wine. You want me to
Go home and get the gun.
Oh, but I thought this was my nigga. But okay. He's like, yeah, I got you. Don't worry about it. He comes back in the car, gives her a Blanco. She rubs his hand, gives him a 5. She rubbing his hand. Thank you so much. She like, no problem. This, that, and the third. The bitch starts twerking. She starts getting a couple of shots on her. The bitch starts twerking, y'all. Area in between the passenger seat and the motherfucking driver's seat. She got her ass in between it, twerking. And her ass is in the nigga face, like, and I'm like trying not to make it awkward, so I'm like kind of like hitting it and saying A and all of that, like, but I felt mad uncomfortable. Yo, why before the nigga's about to drop me off? Mind you, at the time she was living in the Bronx, I was living in Harlem. I'm like, yo, I'm ready to go home. I'm about to go home because I gotta work in the morning. Usually me and her worked on the same shift, but we didn't work that day together because I had picked up a shift. So I'm like, yeah, I gotta go to work in the morning and shit like that, so you can take me home. She like, yeah, take her home first because I'm not ready to go in.
Bitch, I see what you did there. I know.
You not ready to go in, bitch. Well, bitch, you better get ready to go in because this is my nigga and you like, what the fuck? Long story short, the nigga ends up taking me home first because she insisted that she wanted to be taken home second. And we were closer to my house, right? So he takes me home first. Next thing I know, I found out she ate the nigga dick up. Oh! She ate his dick up that same night. Immediately after I left, she ate that. I already knew y'all was gonna kind of eat me up about this story time because I was being too fucking nice. But the thing is with me is that I never take niggas too serious like that. Like I said, that was not my boyfriend. That was just a nigga that I did shit with from time to time. So I didn't really feel obligated to really step in and like how I would have stepped in if that was my nigga for real. Like if that was my boyfriend. But anyways, let me tell y'all how I found out. So the nigga hits me up and it's like a week later he hits me up. He like, yo, what's up, stranger? This and the third. I'm like, I'm the stranger, nigga, you're the stranger. Mind you, I haven't heard from neither one of them. He hit me up first. So he was like, yeah, like, I want to tell you something, but I gotta tell you in person. So I'm like, why you can't tell me on the phone? He like, because it's something that I just want to be face to face. So I was like, okay, cool. So he like, where you at? Send me your addy, I'm gonna come to you. So I said, all right, back. So I sent him my addy, he come to me or whatever. I'm not gonna lie, that night that I went to go take her home, she started being mad flirty, mad touchy, mad this, mad that, and she asked, can she give me head? Asked, can she give you head? I'm like, what the fuck you mean she asked you, can she give you head? So he was like, yeah, like, she was all over me or whatever. She asked me, can she give me head? But I told her, like, I respect for you. Like, I don't want to do that. He like, but listen, hear me out. I'm not trying to break up y'all friendship. I'm not trying to violate. I just wanted to let you know because I want to let you know that I really rock with you. I really fuck with you. I just and the third. Me, granted, I bet this is a solid ass nigga. And in my head, I'm still making up excuses for this bitch. I bet. I know she had a lot to drink that night. She had Blanco, this and the third. I'm still making up excuses for this bitch. So he tells me, I still feel some type of way. I'm like, yo, damn, like, even though this bitch was drunk, like, you gotta know right from wrong when you drunk, bitch. So there's no way you wanted to eat dick when you was lit. So I plays it all smooth. I call the bitch. I'm like, yo, what's up, bitch? I haven't heard from you since the night we left each other. She like, oh my God, I've been with Risha. And I'm like, Risha knows these bitches from her block that she used to hang with. I did end up pulling up on her block. I asked her, like, you know, when we link up with each other, we in a place where it's just me and her. I'm like, yo, why the fuck this nigga said that you tried to come on to him and you was on his dick and you was trying to fuck him and you was trying to eat his dick or whatever. She like, what? That nigga said I tried to do what? That nigga's a fucking cornball. Like, hell no. She like, nigga, I never did that. Like, what the fuck? She like, yes, I'm not gonna lie, something sexual came up, but it wasn't nothing with me eating no dick or sucking no dick or the fucking nothing like that. Like, I'm like, nothing sexual should have ever came up. She like, yes, you absolutely right. And I was drunk and it was my fault because I shouldn't have even let that happen this and third. But I never tried to get this nigga no head. Like, what the fuck? Is he's mad weird? I'm about to call this nigga and bomb him. Like, give me his number. Like, she asked for his number. I'm like, nah, I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not doing that. Like, not doing it back and forth. Y'all figure that out on your own. I don't know how, but y'all figure that out on your own. I'm not giving you his number. I'm not giving him your number. I'm not doing it. Basically, she jumps in the shower or whatever. So then I'm trying to figure out her password. I can't figure her password out for shit. So I'm like, I don't want to do it too much to the point where, you know, they say, oh, I lock her shit. So I go in the bathroom and I'm like, yo, can you unlock your phone? Like, I need to make a call. My phone is dead. And I'm like, my shit just died and I need to make an important call because I'm trying to link somebody and he on his way over here, this, that, and the third. So she's like, yeah, I got you. So she uses her face to unlock the shit. And I go back into the other room. Bitch, I'm scrolling down. I don't really see nothing. Then I see a 646 number. I know his number starts with 646, but I don't know his whole number. So I goes and I looked at his number and then I peers it to the 646 number. It's him. So I go through their messages, bitch. She like, oh... I see the last message that I saw was, oh, I miss you, want to see you again. It's from him. So I go up. They talking, bitch. They really talking like they really into it. Like she like, oh, I miss that dick, this, that, and the third. He telling her all type of shit. I see them linking up together. Or I type I miss you, wet emojis and all type of dick emojis, eggplant emojis, pussy, peach emojis, all type of shit, bitch. All type of shit. So now she come out the bathroom. I'm like, yo, you a weird ass bitch. You're a weird ass bitch. You're a weird ass fucking bitch. She like, what do you mean? What do you mean? What the fuck are you talking about? I'm like, yo, I know you were talking to him. I just looked at your messages. I saw your messages. You talking to him. So she like, why are you going through my phone? You're mad weird. You're mad weird. I said, bitch, I'm the weird one. I said, bitch, you weird as I brought a nigga around so you can go fuck with him. I said, that don't make you weird. I said, bitch, you're the weird one. She like, no, I'm not weird. This and the third. First of all, check the nigga. Don't check me. He came on to me. This and the third. I said, but you just told me earlier you didn't do no shit like that. You would never do no shit like that. So you're a weird ass bitch. I'm like, and he's a weird ass nigga. Like, y'all both weird together. I'm like, you know what? Y'all can fuck with each other because I'm good on y'all. I'm good on both of y'all. She like, you the one that's losing a real ass bitch because I'm a real friend I was always a real friend to you, this and the third, trying to gaslight me. Like, oh, I was always a real friend to you. I never did nothing to you, this and the third. I'm like, bitch, bye. Like, I violated that bitch. I stopped talking to her. I deleted her number, blocked her number. I deleted his number, blocked his number. Do y'all know, till this motherfucking day, that nigga's still trying to find ways to reach out to me, bro? And I'm just like, I hope she don't think she got one up because that nigga, like, a nigga's always gonna be, you feel me? Even if he's still fucking on her. And this is like, what, 4 or 5 years ago. Even if he's still fucking on her, the nigga's still on my line, calling me, begging me to start to unblock his number, all of that. Like, so bitches just be crazy. Like, that shit was insane. All right, so a lot of people was asking for this, so I'm gonna give y'all this last part. Somebody asked what happened to her because we worked together. She ended up quitting. She couldn't take the energy. She quit like 6 days after I called her, texting him and all that. She came to work. She was coming to work, holding her head down. She couldn't even look me in my eyes. I was looking at her. She couldn't look me in my eyes. She could not do nothing. She couldn't even be around me. When I was on the floor, when I was behind the register, when I was on the floor, because I was her supervisor, she kept her head down. She couldn't look at me, nothing. I used to be walking past her, smiling, looking all in her face. She could not. She quit. She couldn't take my energy. So that's what happened with the job thing. She just did a no call, no show, never came back. That's it. Unfriended me on Facebook because that was the last place that I had her. I had her on the gram, I had her on Facebook, and I had, you know, her number and shit. I forgot to block her on Facebook, and then I remember, so when I went to go look her up, I couldn't find her. I'm like, oh, she blocked me. Good. And a lot of y'all bitches will be going out real sad over a nigga that's not y'all's. I'm sorry, I could never go out that sad over a nigga that don't belong to me. He did not belong to me. We were not locked in. We were not in a relationship. I have no obligation to that nigga at all. Y'all talking about saying, oh, I would have fought her. I would have did this. Okay, Big Bird, I'm not you. That's the reason why I am who I am and you are who you are. Because you would have fought the bitch. I'm not fighting a bitch over no dick that ain't mine. That nigga was for everybody. He got the big H right now. Yeah. Rumor has it he's walking around with herpes as we speak. So why would I fight over a nigga like that? He was for everybody, bitch. Everybody been in that AMG. Everybody. Okay? I could never fight over a nigga like him. All right. So in the end, she got what she needed and he got what he needed. Okay. They got each other and she probably got the big H too. I'm not trying to put it on her name, but who knows? Who knows? I know who don't got it. I know who don't got it. Okay. So y'all in the comments tussling, fighting, trying to fake thinking y'all tearing me up. It's not working. I don't care about that shit because I'm not fighting no bitch like her. If y'all saw her, y'all would have been like, yeah, I see why you ain't fight her. Bro, she was a stick figure, a little skinny stick figure, Spanish trash joint. Trash joint. And he is a dog ass nigga who stick his dick in anything with a hole. So they was fit for each other. She was a dog, he was a dog. It's a dog meet dog world. Like, there we go. That's it.
Whenever people talk about monitoring spirits, I always think about this one time in particular when I had just moved into this new apartment and I was cool with this girl. Now, a little bit of backstory on me and the girl. I met her back in high school and we were never friends. We were just always cordial. We'd like compliment each other in the hallway. That was that. Fast forward years later, after we graduated, somehow, some way we became cool and we start hanging out one summer. But we were the type of friends that would only kick it when we wanted to like go out and get drunk. It was never anything too serious, too deep. Ended up moving from the city that we were living in, and I was gone for like a year and a half, 2 years, something like that. And I ended up moving back. And when I moved back, we basically picked up where we left off and we would hang out occasionally. But when I had moved back, I was a little older. I was just in a different space in my life. I had more firm boundaries. And at this point, my discernment had really like kicked in. I became really good at reading people. And I noticed just a lot of weird red flags about her. I would notice like little shots that she would throw in our conversations where I feel like she's like low-key trying to humble me and like low-key trying to put me down. So I just slowly started distancing myself from her. And once I started distancing myself from her, we literally just stopped talking. The calls stopped, the texts stopped, the hangouts stopped, everything stopped. And I didn't really mind it because I figured that would happen because I saw her for who she really was. But she had my location. We both had each other's locations. And I never stopped sharing it after I distanced myself from her. Honestly, I probably just forgot. But fast forward, I ended up moving into an apartment. And like I said, she had my location. So I guess she noticed that my location changed from being at the one place I was at, which was my mom's house when I first moved back, to being into a new place. So tell me why, y'all. One day I had been running errands. I remember I like went to Marshall's, TJ Maxx, just the real cute girly spots. I was looking for some home decor or whatever. I literally had just moved in my house like a week before and I hadn't like got all my furniture moved over there or anything like that. So it was literally just me, some bags of clothes, and an air mattress on the floor. I kid you not. That's literally all I had in my apartment. And I didn't give a fuck. So I get home with a bunch of Marshall and TJ Maxx bags. And I remember parking in my parking garage and I went up to my floor. I lived on the first floor, and living on the first floor, you could see the parking lot outside. And I remember when the elevator doors opened and I could see the parking lot, I saw that girl's truck. Now in my mind, I'm like, oh, it must just be somebody over here that has her type of truck. But that's weird. Mind you, the headlights were on and the truck was literally sitting right in front of the apartment door, like headlights on, just the person sitting in the fucking car. So I was like, oh, that's somebody with her truck. That's weird, whatever. I got in my fucking house, y'all. I swear to God, something told me, check this girl's location. I checked her location and she's at my location. She's at my house. 3 fucking seconds later, I got a phone call from the girl. I pick up the phone and I'm like, hey, what's up? Mind you, y'all, we had not talked in months. I want to say maybe like 3, 4, 5 months, something like that. So I pick up the phone and I'm like, hey, what's up? She's like, hey, girl, I'm outside of your house right now. Didn't you move? I noticed that your location has been in a new spot. I figured that you finally moved into your new place. I'm outside. Let me in. I'm like, you're outside of whose place? My place? How do you even know where I live? She's like, oh, I have your location. And I just figured that you live here because I noticed that you've been here overnight. Like basically just telling me how she's been keeping tabs on me. So I'm like, oh, well, why were you over here? I literally just got back. So how'd you even know I was here? She was like, oh, I was over here visiting somebody that lives over here. And I just noticed that when I pulled up, this was the location that you've been at all this time. Bullshit. But I'm like, okay. But honestly, it was just so awkward and she was already outside of my fucking house. So I didn't know what to do and I just let her in. I was like, okay, well, here I come. And I went and I grabbed her and I brought her in. Y'all, Why did this girl, she walked in my house, okay? And she literally did a full walk through my apartment. She walked in, walked through the kitchen, the dining room, the living room, my bedroom, my closet, my bathroom, back into the kitchen where I was standing. And yeah, I was just standing there. And as she was walking through, she's like, oh, okay, this is nice. When did you move in? How much is the rent? When did you apply? Just asking me all these fucking questions. At that point, I was already irritated because I'm like, girl, I already did too much by letting you in just because I really don't give a fuck. And clearly I know what you're here for. So let me just give you exactly what you're looking for. But now you're doing too much and asking too many questions and all this bullshit. And I literally was just sitting there like in my phone. I think I was texting somebody and I was just dead silent, not responding at all. But when she finally got back in the kitchen, she's like, oh, did you hear me, girl? Like, how much is the rent? Da, 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 all this shit. I was like, yeah, I heard you. It's just so weird that you're here right now. And she was like, what do you mean? I was visiting my friend there on the 4th floor. So I'm like, who's your friend? Who's your friend? She wouldn't tell me a name. And she was like, oh, you know, one of my niggas. I'm like, which nigga? She's like, oh, you know, I don't like to kiss and tell. Bitch, you're lying. I know every single nigga that you have fucked. Like, please. And I don't know. It was just weird. So after that, y'all, she left and I literally blocked her number, unadded her on Facebook, Instagram, everything. And I never talked to her again because that was the weirdest shit ever. And that to me is exactly what a monitoring spirit looks like. Because girl, you don't give a fuck about nothing I got going on. All you give a fuck about is what my apartment looks like, what I got in here, how much I'm paying, and just you're nosy as fuck. I hate nosy people. And this is actually why I love lying to people. If you ask me too many questions about myself, best believe I am going to start lying to you at a certain point. Because why? Why do you want to know? Bitch, mind your business. And now that I'm talking about this, it's making me remember something. Fast forward months later, mind you, me and the girl, we weren't talking, and I'm pretty sure she knew I wasn't fucking with her because like I said, I removed her off of all my social media. I had told another one of my friends about this situation, and months later, one of my friends had screenshotted a status that the girl who walked through my apartment made, and she was like, oh, bitches love to act like they're that girl whole time they don't got nothing in their apartment but an air mattress or something like that. And my other friend screenshotted it and sent it to me and was like, oh, is this about you? Because you remember when she came to your house at one time, you didn't have none of your furniture yet. And I was like, I don't know if it's about me, but honestly, I don't give a fuck. One thing I've learned in this life is misery loves company. And I just don't put my energy in places where it doesn't belong. If I know somebody don't fuck with me for real, I'm not giving any life to any bullshit you have to say about me, girl. You can sit there and be miserable on your own. Because honestly, to this day, I don't even know why me and the girl fell out. I don't know what the difference in energy was. Like, all I know is that when I moved back, I started picking up on her behavior and I fell back. But I don't know what was the reasoning for the behavior in the first place. But sometimes shit is just like that. Sometimes people are just weird. And until you actually learn to see shit for what it really is, you will just constantly have a bunch of weird ass, fake ass friends, also known as monitoring spirits in your life. They don't give a fuck about you. They don't give a fuck about what you got going on. The bitch wouldn't even call me, okay, on a regular day-to-day basis just to fucking talk to me and check in on me. But you're checking my location enough to know that I'm in a new area. You pull up to my location. Mind you, the bitch lived 30 minutes away from my side of town. Came all the way over here just to pull up on me and do a walkthrough of my apartment. And that's exactly why I don't have friends now, baby, because bitches just be so weird.
Okay, let me tell y'all how shitty my dating life has been lately. Like, so I am dating one person consistently, but we are not exclusive, so I'm like still dating other people, right? So I was talking to this guy, but I was literally leaving for Houston like the day that we started talking. So he was basically like, let me know when you get back. I want to take you out, get to know you, kill all that, right? It's my cool. So I get back and we decide to hang out on a Friday. And a couple of days before, he asked me, like, do you want tacos or Wingstop? In my mind, that it sounds like you about to plan some bullshit. Like, that's, and it for me, it's a no. For me, it's a no. And that's okay. Everybody got their standards. Some girls are fine with a Wingstop date. Some girls want to, like, you know, buy them a Louis bag on the first date. There's levels, and my level is in between. You don't got to take me shopping. We don't got to go like a 5-star steak restaurant on a first date, but I'm also not selling for Wingstop, okay? So automatically, my intuition is telling me, like, it's about to be some BS, right? But I'm also not trying to get ahead of myself, you know, not trying to make decisions before I know what the plan is. So I'm like, okay, we can do tacos. Wingstop isn't no, but tacos I can do. So Friday rolls around. He basically like asked me if I want him to send me his address, and he's like that I can like be on my way around 7-8 o'clock, right? So I'm like, address? I'm not going to your house. Like, what? And I'm not even gonna say like I've never been to a man's house on the first date, but also I have not talked to this man on the phone. We don't text like a lot, so it's not even like any familiarity. What's the fucking word? You know what I'm trying to say? Familiarity to where I could be like, okay, I feel comfortable going to your house. So I tell him, like, I don't even know if you're a serial killer yet. So, like, let's just wait on the house. And I'll just, like, I said, send me the address and I'll just meet you there. And I said, send me the address of the restaurant and I'll meet you there. Because this is my time to figure out if my intuition was right or wrong. Is it a restaurant? And he tells me, he sends like a voice message and it's like, ooh, what do you say? Something like laughing about the serial killer part. And then it's like, well, it's not a restaurant. It's like a little taco spot and they do a setup outside. That's the taco truck. You're trying to take me to a taco truck. Where is the effort? So at this point, I already know I'm not going. Because I can see the effort's not there. You trying to take me to a taco truck and your house on the first date. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. So I said, and I'm still trying to be nice at this point. I'm trying to be a nice, soft girl. I'm not trying to, just be like, rah, rah, rah. So I tell him, I said, please don't tell me that you want me to drive to his city to eat tacos outside for 20 minutes. What's the rest of the itinerary? Because there has to be more. 20 minutes starting now. There has to be more. In my brain, there has to be more to this. There's no way that you want me to drive. You want me to drive to your house so we can go get tacos and then go back to your house. That's what it sounds like. But also, I don't know. That's just what my intuition is telling me. So I asked him for the rest of the itinerary. And he tells me, basically, like, you can come back to my house and we can chill and watch movies and drink some wine. What? So, instead of blocking him, I did the job of telling him what's wrong so that for the next girl, he can know how to come at her right. So I was basically like, I don't go to men's house on the first day. Like, I prefer to do X, Y, Z. So if you, want to do something else next week, let me know. And I'm not going out with him ever again. So even if he does try to plan something, I'm not doing it. But for the next girl, he knows how to come correct. Because I already know he's not romantic. He doesn't know how to plan shit. Because if your idea of a first date is me coming to your house, going to get tacos, and going back to your house, absolutely not. I have a taco truck by my house that I can walk to and get some tacos if I really want some tacos, And it's not like I'm too good for tacos. It's not like I'm too good for a taco date. But for a first date, no. That's like fourth date. Like, we cool with each other. I can come to your house and just chill, watch a movie, eat some tacos. But for the first date, you should be trying to put your best foot forward and, like, wow me. And that's not wowing me. I actually hate you.
Thank God it's Friday. There is no fucking trophy at the end of that road for basically losing yourself and being a mother. I repeat, there is no trophy at the end of motherhood for you to genuinely invest all of your fucking time, your hardship, your stress, your life into your fucking kids just to not be rewarded anything when your ass is dead and gone. Okay? The only thing you will be remembered as, sugar, is the woman that nagged too fucking much. You was too fucking strict. They like their daddy more than you any fucking way. Okay, a lot of their ass ain't your favorite child. Actually, is not going to take care of you, by the way. It's going to be the child that you actually don't like that much, because you built that triangulation between you and your children. So for some reason, you favored a specific child over the other one, and that favorite child is actually watching you die. So that's the only trophy you gonna get. So I say all that to say, as a woman with 2 children that literally do not prioritize her life around being a mother, like, I would legitimately drop every fucking thing just so I can make sure I'm straight first. Put yourself first, sister. Put yourself first, sister. You do not have to buy your kids everything every time you go to the store. You don't have to get a meal every single time you may want a meal to yourself. It's food at the crib. You don't have to buy them kids clothes and shoes every single time you buy yourself something. They already got clothes and shoes at home. You can say no. Y'all don't have to go out every single fucking day. Hell, you don't have to go out every single weekend. What about you? I think that's what I'm trying to get at. What about you? When the last time you took yourself out somewhere? Hell, have you? Without actually feeling dependent on bringing your kids and your man? When the last time you decided to take an entire day off? No cooking, no cleaning, no fussing, and no sexing a man? When have you ever just literally disappeared for a whole weekend and left the kids and their dad at the crib by themselves without you worrying that somebody might die because you are the emergency contact? When, sister? Because I do it every goddamn chance I get. Guess what? This weekend, I'm taking their ass to the movies right when I drop their ass off. I'm getting drunk as a skunk. Y'all finna see me in my baddest yellow outfit. I put that on my last leg, bitch. Y'all finna see me out here. Every Sunday I'm laying in. I don't care what the fuck them kids do. You play your games, you go outside. Hell, you can set the house on fire. I'm taking me a nap. Everything comes back onto you 10 times fold when you prioritize yourself over everything. That includes your kids. You going out of your way to prioritize kids over you is why you look the way that you look. You prioritizing your kids and your husband over you is why you don't know who the fuck you are. You prioritizing your kids and your man's shit over you is why you don't know where to start with interests and hobbies. And for some reason, because you don't know you make it your entire life that you are the mother, you are the wife. There's no reward for that. Because both of those titles can be stripped from you if either of those individuals do not agree with the way that you live your lifestyle. And what I mean by that, you going around boasting to everybody that you are a wife, that shit can be snatched from you tomorrow. Same way you a wife today, you can be a single mother tomorrow. Same way you boasting about the fact that you're everything for your kids. One of them motherfuckers can go online right now and talk cash money shit and expose every fucking thing that you was doing behind closed doors to make yourself look like a picture perfect ass person. So you see what I'm going with this? There's no trophy. There's no trophy. You're gonna always be seen in some form or fashion selfish, a bad mother, a bad person, if you prioritize yourself when it comes down to giving society that specific opinion. But I never gave a fuck what society think. I never gave a fuck what my family thought in reference to me prioritizing my education. I never gave a fuck what anybody thought, especially my baby father, when I wanted to prioritize a more stable and secure lifestyle for myself in the future. Because I'm going to get whatever the fuck I want. I speak out into existence what my future looks like at least once a year. And I say it loud and proud for everybody to be on board. And if you're not on board when I start making investments and I officially start moving and doing my own thing, that's you. That's you. And that goes for kids too. It's either you coming with me or you're not. Because either way it go, you got to trust me anyway. You got to trust me anyway. So I say all that to say, thank God it's Friday. Why it's Friday? Because all you mothers out here right now, sitting on your ass, not doing shit, waiting until your kids come home, or already planning your day around your kids, bitch, plan it for you. Plan it for you. And if you don't plan it for you, I'm going to show y'all how to do it this weekend. Don't worry about it. I got you.